What's up, everybody in the house tonight? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody in the house tonight? What's up? What's up? Yeah.
What's up, everyone? How you doing? Welcome back to the Garrett and Steve show.
This is our dance.
It's my cartoon dance.
This is how we dance.
Yeah, we've been attacked by cyber hackers. Couldn't start our stream on Twitter, so you have to watch us on YouTube. So if you're watching on Twitter right now, you can't watch us, so turn over to YouTube.
If you're watching on Twitter right now, how are you doing that? Because I can't make it start on Twitter. We've been sitting here. We were ready to go right on time today.
We're gonna go early.
If you could believe that. We were sitting here at 7:45. Like, should we just start early? That would freak everyone out. So we wait for 8 o'clock on the dot. I hit live, and it didn't work.
An error occurred on X Twitter.
This is usually temporary. Wait a moment and try again. We waited several goddamn moments and tried several more goddamn times, but it seems like YouTube is going to be what we're doing today.
Yeah, apparently some organization took credit for DDoSing Twitter today, but Elon was saying it was like IPs from Ukraine. Then other people were saying some hacker group took credit for it, not in Ukraine, so who knows?
Huh.
Did you check out the boss's show last night?
I turned it on. I listened to a little bit of it, but I couldn't listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, I got through 3/4 of it, I think, and then had to eat dinner or watch some TV or whatever it was. It was pretty good. I mean, it was the Anthony Cumia show with less blacks and less cursing. Right?
Yeah, I would have been shocked if it was bad.
Yeah.
Like he just fell apart. Like, oh my God, I fucking don't know. Can someone call in? I don't know what to talk about. They said, no, you can't just do blacks for 2 hours straight. And I got nothing. I mean, he should have done that. That would have been funny. It would have went viral. He just lost it.
But it was like the beginning, at least, was, he's talking to people that haven't heard him since Opie and Anthony were on the radio, and it's like catching him up with all the stuff. He's like, I know all that stuff. Yeah, I'm in on the loop on that one. So, but then
you want to call in and be like, get to the black people already. I know all this. We know
now
Opie and Anthony.
The one thing about calls, he took his first call.
Was it his first?
First.
Matt Fugati's first.
Yes. Did you hear that when he?
No. The part I listened to, he was talking about how the phone and internet is too much, and like you shouldn't be able to see all these things. And it's like one moment you're looking at a snuff film, and the next it's a kitty cat. I didn't hear any callers.
And he did a whole thing about people doing podcasts for 5 listeners and just reading super chats all day.
Hey,
it's like, hey, what the fuck?
Take it easy. Some of us don't have our old jobs anymore, and we do what we can.
But his first call was Chris Baldessano.
I know him.
And yeah, I know him. I like Chris. But I'm sorry if you're listening to this, Chris. I'm sorry, but it gave me the Snowy from Michigan vibes. It's like you're back on the new airwaves. And then the first, he didn't know, I don't think. He just saw Chris on the line and then went to it. Oh, I forgot about the glass. I didn't do my swirl and everything.
Didn't do your swirl. Are you really even drinking?
No.
That beer is not going to work. Your beer's broken because you didn't do your Who Garden swirl.
I just did the shitty pour and it does the same thing.
So what? So wait, why was Chris a Snowy?
Not even what he said or anything, but it was just like, oh, you got your first new show, fresh listeners, and then let's go to the calls, and it's a guy I've talked to 100 times on my show, and it's just like, I really don't think he knew who it was going to be, but then it was just when he came on, it was like, oh, all right, Chris, good for Chris. He got it. He talked about Long Island things. Or went up on Long Island.
It was only that way for you.
Yeah.
you've literally worked
Totally.
for Anthony's show. Like nobody knows more about who calls in and who's friends with you. So like that was literally just you. Like, oh, Chris. There's people that who listen to that who haven't heard Anthony in either ever or or just old fans that or other people like you who are just like, oh, Chris again. So yeah, I think it's Chris didn't do anything wrong. He should call in every show. He should call into our show.
Yeah,
he's not too busy.
A bunch of times. But yeah, you're right. It was like no one else is going to notice, but it's just like it just hit me wrong when it was like, oh, Chris. I wish it was just like some New Yorker with a thick New York accent. Be like, oh my God, Anthony, you back? Kind of, like that. But it was his good old friend Chris, which was fine.
Now that you say that, yes, I would have preferred if that exact other person called. Oh my God, Anthony!
I'm drinking my coffee, listening to Cumia on WABC.
I'm from New York. I agree with you on the blacks. Oh, we're not talking about that here on this show. Yeah, well, you should.
And then I read it made like my Twitter news. It did say news for you, but it had a whole little segment like Anthony Cumia makes a return to WABC, and there was a little write up about it. And he said he kind of started off nervous, but then got into the groove quickly, which I didn't notice. And it said, I guess, which I tuned out for, he had like a theory on the Gene Hackman death. And I wish I heard it because I want to know what his thoughts were. Like, what do you think happened? I don't know. I can't even come up with a theory. Did you know what happened is his wife and his dog died in their house just randomly? Or was it? It wasn't. Well, it wasn't like CO2 or something.
I think this might have been Anthony's theory, or maybe this is what the general theory is. What I saw is that he had Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And
murder suicided.
He killed that bitch and then just forgot, and then just sat around in bed like, where is she?
Like he didn't even.
He murdered her and then went to bed, woke up and was like, where's my wife? I don't remember anything. And he walked, saw the body, and was like, "Oh, she's dead. Let me call." And then he would get to the phone and go, "Who am I calling?" And he just went through this loop for 7 days until he died.
Then he asked a dog, "Dog, who am I calling? Why won't you answer me?" He choked the dog out, like,
"Oh, I gotta feed the dog." And then he would go to the kitchen and be like, "Oh, I gotta feed the meat." And then again, just an infinite loop of distractions that inevitably killed him. No, she was sick, so I think she passed out. Because they find her in the bathroom with a bunch of pills on the floor.
All I heard was that all three were dead, including the dog.
So I think
in the house,
if I remember correctly, she died first. She was sick with some
old person
pneumonia
disease
type deal.
Yeah,
and she passed out in the bathroom, probably hit her head, and that was it for her. Poor old Gene, 95-year-old man with fucking Alzheimer's. Just like, what do I like? He was that bad that he needed to be taken care of. And luckily he had 3 kids who checked in on him regularly.
Oh, all right.
No, they didn't. I made that part up. He had 3 kids, but apparently they didn't check in on him until it was way too late. So I think, because he had no one taking care of him, no one feeding him, no one doing anything for him. His caretaker was in the bathroom fucking dead.
Oh, so they didn't die all at the same time.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
AJR, here we go. He has Hackman's wife died of hantavirus. The old hantavirus. Everybody knows that. Then demented Hackman died of starvation 2 weeks later. I didn't realize it was 2 weeks later. I thought it was like a week. But yeah, he starved to death because he was very far gone and couldn't take care of himself anymore.
And the dog too, I guess.
If he wasn't feeding himself, he certainly wasn't feeding the dog. And the dog must have died before the dog got a chance to eat any of the corpses in the house.
Oh, God.
Which is unfortunate. There were 2 other dogs, too, that were in the yard, which I guess must have survived off of squirrels and shit they found in the backyard.
Holy shit.
Because the one that was trapped in the house, I think the one that was trapped in the house was actually also trapped in a crate. And that's why it died. That's also probably why it didn't eat any corpses.
Yeah.
Because it couldn't get out. And Gene... Again, he was so far gone, he just couldn't do anything.
You would think, like, that basic instinct of I have to eat would still kick in, even though you have Alzheimer's. But I guess not.
No, your brain degrades to the point where you can't think a solid thought at all.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck.
You're just, it's really sad. It's extremely sad. And if what he's saying about the 2 weeks, them being dead and not heard from, again, like these kids, I hope they don't get any inheritance because they didn't earn it. I think you got to make sure the dad with Alzheimer's is still alive every week or so, week and a half.
But okay, you just say he gets Alzheimer's at 90, and it's been 5 years now that he has Alzheimer's. Every time you call him up, it's like, who's this?
Yeah.
You know, and then you're just like, fuck, there's no reason for me to call because he doesn't even make sense. He doesn't know who I am, and it hurts my feelings. And
every time you call, you're just like, that don't make no sense. Why is he saying that? I'm not Greg. I'm Garrett. Who's Greg?
And plus, like, he's so old. What's he going to change his will now?
Yeah, it's already. You already did your time.
No, but my dad's mom had Alzheimer's and lived for like 15 more years. It was like a long time that she was just in a home, and really no one would he'd go see her because she lived in Pennsylvania, so it was far away. But he'd go see her maybe like once or twice a year, and the other sons maybe a few more times other than that. But she didn't even like recognize them or any, you know, it was just like you were meeting a shell of this person that you didn't recognize, you know, you didn't have any part in.
It's very, it's sad because the person's body's there, but their mind's gone.
And
it's almost worse because you're like, hey, remember me? And no matter how many times you ask, there's still just going to be the blank stare. And maybe you get, even the thing is, even if you get a correct answer, you know, it's just too you just, you know, you just so happen to show up when those two neurons fired off for the last time where they fucking said your name. You might even been thinking about some other Garrett when they said your name. It's super duper sad. Makes me want to cry. But you know who else makes me want to cry, laugh and spread moments of joy and jocularity? Mr. White, who lost his job today. Glad I can laugh with you two. Life goes on. Absolutely correct.
Fuck, that sucks, dude.
Cheers to Mr. White. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Welcome to the boys club of people that don't have real jobs. You should start up your own show.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
You got 2 subscribers right here. I'd subscribe to that.
Please, yeah. Just you know, it's a lot of fun right when it happens. You have a lot of free time, still have some money.
There's when you first get fired, as awful as it is, there's anxiety and like sleepless nights, and you're like, fuck, what am I gonna fucking do? I'm gonna kill myself. But there's also like when you're still waiting for a paycheck and you're like, I'm getting paid for next week. There is a very tiny gap of a day or two where you're like, I don't have to do shit. I don't have a job. I don't have anything to do. I am gonna lay on the couch and fart. And those are the fucking tasks I have set for myself today. You can't do that forever. But there's a couple days where, at least a couple days where you're just like, I don't have a job anymore. I don't have to do anything. Fuck everything.
But it's still kind of because you're like, oh, now do I sign up for unemployment? How do I do that? What do I got to do? How do I figure this out? Do I have to call every week? And then the job emails start coming in. You're like, oh, I guess I should start looking for a job. And it's just, there's never a full moment of just, I'm retired for a week.
There is, though. You have to choose to have the moment.
Yeah.
You have to decide willingly, I'm not going to think about any of this other shit. I'm not going to think about unemployment. I'm not going to think about finding a new job. I'm not thinking about any of that until I'm done not giving a shit. Probably set a timer for that. Like, again, like a couple days or so. But especially if you've been at this job for a while, you deserve just a moment or two of fuck all this. Fuck having jobs again. Fuck it. I'm just going to fucking lay down. I'm going to take a nap at 2 p.m. because who gives a fucking shit? And you just make yourself not care. And then don't worry. enough days will pass by where you're not gonna have a choice, and just every
you'll
waking
be
moment of your
forced to
life
do
is,
it.
what am I doing? What the fuck am I doing?
What can I do to distract me from thinking about this a little bit longer?
Please. But you're also, I would just take a guess, probably a normal-ish person, and you just have to go get, like, search for a job in your field or something similar.
Mhm.
With us, it's like, hey, is anybody hiring 2 fucking retarded potheads to be stupid? Anybody need that at their place?
Yeah, just to, hit a few buttons and chime in once every show for some reason.
I mean, we have practical things that we can do as
Yeah.
far as production and actually putting a show
Mhm.
together. But I feel like our core value is in how we're just a couple of dipshits who say funny things. It's really what you would hire us for.
But we didn't get like the COVID time off that most of at least corporate America got. And like we've been out for what 7-8 months now.
Something like that.
They had 2 years
I know.
of that.
Of
Where I
just
guess they
working from
kind of
home.
working from home, but I mean, the people I saw working from home weren't really doing that much working
No.
because there probably wasn't that much to do even.
And they had to, the companies tried to hold out onto everybody's jobs because
Yeah.
the companies themselves didn't know what the fuck to do.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I would say I was jealous if we didn't work a compound.
Oh,
That's
totally.
the thing. Like if I
I
worked
totally didn't mind going in. Yeah.
yeah, if I was an essential worker, like I was driving the trains
We
or
were.
something.
That's why we got
well,
to
we
go in.
were essential workers, but if I was, a real essential worker, and I had to like drive a bus or something, I probably would have been homicidally jealous of all the people that were staying home
Mhm.
while I was with a fucking mask on for over a year,
Oh
wearing
God, yeah.
driving a goddamn bus. Now I'm like, God, I'd be lucky to be driving a bus. Is anybody hiring? I'd be a bus driver if it pays well.
I wonder. I don't know. Now there's some like ads that's just like Sheila. She's your local bus driver. There she is. It's like on a digital ad on the bus, and she's a picture of her in her dumpy clothes.
Oh,
Like,
Sheila.
yeah, they're celebrated now. But
Well, bus drivers are America's heroes. They're America's protected assets.
they are protected.
If you punch a bus driver in the face, it's a felony, and you're doing it. I think the minimum's like 4 or 5 years
Mhm.
for bus driver punch. So
Same with the token booth subway people. It's like their job is absolutely nothing now. But they used to at least have to sell tokens or Metro cards. They don't even do that. It must be horrendous. You just sit there in a glass booth with no way out. Or maybe there's air conditioning in there. I don't know. It doesn't just seems like a glass in booth, and you just sit there. Do you ever see anyone go up to the counter to ask? Maybe they ask a question and they tell them where to go, but that's it.
yeah, I've never seen any of them actually doing something. Dream job.
And you sit there and you just watch people jump over the turnstile. You don't care. You do anything.
I think you have to click the little button so you can speak through
maybe.
that speaker hole thing.
Oh, I think
And go, hey, don't do that.
Stop.
You gotta pay. Hey.
I thought you were going to say maybe they like click the people that jump over and report in how many people.
They should. That's what their job should be. They should have a button on their desk that sends a bunch of spikes out and booby trap all the fucking turnstiles. And then the people in the glass booths, that should be their entire job, is catching someone hopping and fucking sending them to their imminent death.
All they need to do is have a button and it pushes it up a little bit just to make a person trip or whatever.
Rack their nuts.
Yeah.
No, some guy died.
That's right.
On the turnstile because his backpack or something got caught. And he went straight. I remember the video. He goes straight down and breaks his neck.
Yeah.
And that's where he is from now on. He's just part of the turnstile.
Darn.
Speaking of darn. Hold on. Mr. White chimed in yet again. Mr. White, I'll never start a podcasters until I'm retired. You dopes want to keep a job. Oh, I never start a podcast until I'm
thanks.
retired.
He
You
didn't want to
dopes.
steal our job.
I want to keep a job. Yeah, he doesn't want to steal our job. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
No, he's saying that even if me and you apply to a job somewhere, they're going to pull up clips of us in this Yetzer Hara trap that we built for us, and that we're doomed. I hope not.
Not from this podcast.
No, yeah, not enough people see it.
No, but we don't even do controversial shit. Really? We use curse words.
That's true. It's really just cursing. Bad
Yeah.
words, not bad. We don't do bad stuff. Just bad words. Which, whatever. If I had a big interview for like a $500,000 a year job, I would fucking scrape this all off. You'd never see my fucking face again. That'd be it.
Wow, what a quick sellout.
And as soon as I get the job, I'll put it all back.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I need to not be there for like a day or two. But I'm waiting on the phone call for if that's ever going to happen. And so far, my phone only rings for scams.
Mm-hmm. God, imagine a $500,000 a year job
just to fucking drink sodas and talk about funny little 16-year-old Jewish boys we found on the internet. That's the dream.
That would be amazing. God, if we were making like Tim Dillon money on Patreon, where it's like $125 a month. I mean, I checked years ago, and that's what it was. $125K a month.
Understand what he's doing that gets that much. He was on an old episode of Kevin Brennan's show, Burning Bridges, literally talking about how he doesn't know what the fuck he's gonna do. He's got nothing down the pipe. He doesn't know what like if he should do a podcast or if he's doing a podcast. He like was in comedy and wasn't making a lot of money and was just like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. And cut to not very long after that, he's a millionaire from just talking. I've never seen a clip where, he's very entertaining. That's why he gets $1 million for talking. But nothing where I was astounded, like, oh my God, I ain't never thought of it that way. This guy for real. He real for. I get nothing's ever made me talk black.
Bump, though? Is that what it was?
Sure,
like he was a guest on Rogan and everyone liked him.
He was already. He was on his way, I think, at that point. Okay. I don't think that even mattered.
Was he though? I feel like he had just a show on like Gas Digital, and then got a guest spot on Rogan, and then was really good on Rogan, and it kind of blew up from there. I don't
Could
know.
be. I don't remember exactly how I just remember not knowing him, and then again seeing his Patreon. Like, dude, you didn't just go, what the fuck? Damn. That's a lot of scuttle. Dr. Harley Quinn, $100,000 right now. But for the rest of your lives, you always have a 9% chance you'll have to fight a crazed rooster. No location is off limits, even funerals. I take that money. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
$100K?
As long as the rooster doesn't have like the razors attached to its claws.
Even if it does, it's a rooster.
I know, but they're quick.
Not quicker
you
than...
have to fight it. You can't just run away from it.
They're not quicker than I am fat and heavy. I lay on top of it.
You think so, but then they just one kick to the right artery and you're dead.
That's true.
Like, I've seen that happen before where the guy's like putting his cockfighting thing down. It just like does a little back kick and it cuts his wrists and he's dead.
Shit. All right. You're right. I didn't.
So, but no razor blades on these roosters. So definitely.
I didn't think about my arteries.
And it would be a nice break in the sadness at a funeral if all of a sudden a rooster popped out and you had to fight it.
Especially, I think everybody would enjoy the fact that a rooster pops up and I just go, oh, fuck. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen here too. And they just see me go with my fist, start punching a rooster.
Like how would you Family Guy, right?
Yeah. The chicken. How would you go about killing the rooster? I already know what I would do.
But like a normal sized rooster, not like the Family Guy chicken.
Right.
Like
no, it has to be a normal size.
Yeah, I feel like you could just kick it. What's it gonna do? If it's coming toward you, just kick it. And then you have such a reach advantage, there's no way it could get even close to you.
Even as slow as I am, I could get enough distance away from it and then get a running start and hopefully not get Charlie Browned when I go to just punt this fucking thing across the United States. Kick it until it's dead.
Be fun to kick a rooster.
Especially if I knew at the other end of it was money. It would be the most fun I'd ever had in my life. Now, does that, for the rest of your lives, you always have a chance, you have to fight a crazed rooster. Does that mean after I kill one,
Like another
I'm
one?
done? Or is it just at like any given moment? Like
someone rolls a 20-sided die, and if it comes up 5,
like every moment of my life, they're just rolling this. Because are we talking a few encounters lifetime, or are we talking I'm going to be seeing roosters every day, and every day there's a chance
that would
one
be
might
fucking annoying.
not even just annoying. It's like, is it only going to attack me, or do I have to guard my family?
Oh.
Is this thing going to scratch me up? And again, like you said, I got to watch my arteries. Yeah,
I mean, I'd still do it.
tough. Still do it for the money. Don't get me wrong.
But I mean, like, what happens if it pops up in your apartment and then you got a rooster walking around and making
that's
all
even
noise?
better. No, I'll have all this stuff I can throw at it.
Oh,
I'll have, these lights, these tripods. I can keep it at bay and kind of push it away before I commit and finally land the death blow. I can keep it at bay, like, a few feet away from me at all times, so I don't have to worry about bleeding out.
Can you not eat roosters?
They're chicken, so I don't know why you wouldn't be able to, but I don't know.
But yeah. Oh, hens and roosters, right? It's not just chickens aren't the name of the female. Yeah, so I don't know. Like when you eat a chicken breast, is that always the female or it's the rooster too? I don't know. I
think it's always the female because they breed them specifically to make them, plump.
But where do all the men go?
I think they just
got to be 50-50.
Spend their lives bussing in all the hens, and
but
then they get
chickens we kill.
They get buried in a rooster graveyard with a headstone and everything.
But we kill what? 5 billion chickens a year, right? But
least.
All 5 billion roosters live?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of them.
It's a man's world.
Man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without some broads.
Any luck on our Twitter yet?
Let's check. Looks like it is still nope. Still no live stream on Twitter. Sorry, Twit. I can't put you there. Which reminds me, I'm having the same problem with Twitter I had on Saturday trying to watch the UFC.
Oh, how so? You can't post on UFC?
The UFC, I couldn't stream myself watching the UFC.
It's probably a good thing, so you don't have to pay $80 for the fucking pay-per-view or whatever it is.
It saved me money. It was actually quite nice because I still got to watch it on an illegal stream.
Yeah.
So I might be permanently doing that.
Yeah.
It's just annoying because they always cut out at the worst parts. It's like whoever's, running cybersecurity for the UFC knows exactly when to cut it to fucking for maximum damage.
Yeah, I remember the days of what was it, Periscope? Was that the Twitter little video thing where you could go live?
I think so.
And people would be just sitting at their house watching the UFC and just holding their phone up, and you'd hear like conversations in their house. So you're trying to watch, and then just at any random time they just boot it off. You're like, oh fuck. Of course, always like in the middle of the fight after you watched a half hour of all the pregame talk and all the garbage.
Well, that was why I was extremely frustrated. Was first of all, we watched all the prelims, and then I go to fucking pay for this shit, and it just wouldn't let me.
Oh, prelims are free?
Yeah, if you have ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
I go to pay for it, and it just says error, like before you even click on anything. The second you click on the link to go to it, it just was error. And I'm like, okay. I go on my phone. Whoops. I love when my phone tells me whoops. Why put that in a fucking
so casual
any message, any error message ever? It's just like what a dork douchebag thing to say. When I'm getting that aggravated, my phone literally you click it and it goes whoops. Looks like an error occurred. Whoops. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just have to find this somewhere on the internet because I literally can't pay for this. They won't let me. And I go on Twitter and I'm like, is anyone else having this problem? And Turns out other people were.
Oh, okay.
There were a lot of comments
good.
of, what the fuck are you fucking kidding me? This is fucking bullshit. Why can't I fucking pay? Why can't I watch?
Now, this wasn't like a must-see type of fight.
Turned out it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to see it because the main event, Pereira, he's usually very good, very exciting.
Okay.
Turned out, thank God I didn't pay for this shit because it was not good. But I'm on Twitter. And the other thing I saw on Twitter that I thought was funny is a lot of people complaining about their stream not working, not being able to buy it like me. And a couple people responding, well, this is why you should buy it in advance.
Would it work?
And it's like, who wrote that, Dana? Fuck you. Also, yeah, what if I didn't buy it in advance and it still doesn't work?
Yeah, then I'd be super pissed.
Then my TV's going out the window. And Dana's buying a new one. So there were a few streams on Twitter that, because even my usual Stream East was not working at all. So I was like, this is fucked. I go on Twitter and found a couple people that were just streaming it live on X, like we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And one of them, the guy kept interrupting the stream and putting up a green screen thing that said like share, subscribe, like.
Just randomly.
And he would come on the microphone and be like, all right, guys, I need some more follows. We need some more follows and likes and reposts. You guys need to repost fair and like. We got to get these numbers up. We got to, and he's just like, it's like a telethon for this guy's Twitter account. Like, I need some more follows. You guys got to follow, or else we're not going to play. I'm going to cut the stream off. We don't get enough follows. We're going to cut the stream off.
Now, was it just
interrupting fights saying this?
Was it him filming his TV or was it the actual stream?
It was the actual stream.
Oh, okay. All right.
From his computer. So basically, it was like our setup here where he just pulled a tab on, full screened it, and then would turn his mic on and or sometimes throw an overlay to completely cover the screen. And the funny thing is he had these two things in the corner that were like VR chat things. He's like, you could also watch it with me in VR. And you saw like it was his character standing in front of a TV screen that had the UFC fight on it. And it was by itself the entire thing. Not a single person joined him in VR. Not
if
one.
Someone did, they would see that.
They would have popped up there.
Oh God.
It was just his character by itself for all fucking 3 hours. Which I thought was very funny. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Every time he would just green screen the screen and just we're not gonna make it to the end of the fights if we don't get more follows. We need more follows.
Oh my God. I would have looked for another stream.
I did.
Okay.
Because not only I honestly was fine with that because I'm like, it's free. I'm not gonna complain about the guy asking for I'm not gonna follow him, but I'm not gonna who cares? But his computer kept freezing and the stream kept freezing. And I would know it was his computer and the stream because his VR character would still be bopping back and forth in the corner, but the fight would be frozen. And I'm like, his whole thing's still working. It's just he's got nothing on the screen.
So like he probably had an illegal stream going too.
I saw him close out at one point. His stream was working somehow.
Oh
yeah. But I rewound and took a video of the second stream that I was able to find.
Okay.
This one, the picture was clearer and better overall because there weren't that many. There was like almost no lockups, no freezes. The only problem with it is there was this giant border around it, I guess, so that he could stream it without getting kicked off.
Right.
That was the other thing. These fuckers were on for the entirety of the card. It was like 2 hours at least. And they didn't get taken down. And I'm like, we showed a clip of the People's Court for fucking 10 minutes
years ago. Yeah.
And it got our whole thing taken down. How the fuck? I was confused. Like, how are they even doing this?
We didn't get any reprimand from that.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, it said like it got taken down, but other than that, there was no copyright strike or why take it down? Whatever. Yeah.
I don't know how it works other than it's gay. But so the second stream I was watching was perfectly clear. Everything was great. The guy wasn't interrupting it. Then all of a sudden the stream cuts out. And I think from here, you're able to see what happened next. So like I said, this is just on some guy's computer that he's broadcasting on Twitter. And so now I'm just watching him live on his desktop, fixing the stream by going into Mad Titan Sports, which is like if you have like a cracked Fire Stick or something, this is what you can use. But just listen, he talks at one point and it's very funny.
Getting to the wizard. Gates is controlling the underhooks here.
Everyone that is watching on Twitter saying, come on, bro, you shut the fuck up. You guys are watching it for free. I paid for it. Shut the fuck up.
And it's optics, right? The optics of seeing John dancing party.
Oh, that was it.
How'd you get that?
I was able to rewind it.
Oh, you could. Oh, you could. All right.
Yeah, because it was on Twitter, so you can just like double tap and rewind. But I was dying because I hadn't heard this guy's voice before this. The other thing, both of these guys were both clearly from the fucking Bronx, had like NYC in their profile, and they're just stealing the stream and uploading it, and both just sounded like Bronx dudes. But this guy was my favorite because he's just like, shut the fuck up.
Anyone watching on Twitter? Fuck you.
Everyone that is watching on Twitter saying, come on, bro, you shut the fuck up. You guys are watching it for free. I paid for it. Shut the fuck up.
And it's optics, right? The optics.
Oh, he paid for it?
I don't know what
But-
he paid for.
Yeah,
I
you
just
just saw it.
I just watched him go on a fucking free stream thing that I've seen people use before. It's an absolute like the Fire Stick, Man Titan Sports. I've seen it. It's for free. Maybe he means he paid for a Fire Stick, like a jailbroken
I
Fire
guess.
Stick. Maybe that's what he means. He for sure did not pay for the UFC fight.
No.
Completely obvious.
How many people were in the stream watching? Do you
Dude, that was
remember?
also crazy. So that guy's stream only had about 50,000.
Holy shit.
Only. The other guys who I don't even know why he had so many people in it because it's like towards the end of the fights, it completely crapped out. He had 363,000 people watching his
Oh
live
my
stream.
God.
And I think he only got a couple
Wow.
followers out of
Of
it.
course. By accident. It's just people like flipping around. They hit follow by mistake.
Right.
Wow.
It was astounding. I don't know how a stream gets that big. And he didn't have the border. I don't know what trick he was using,
Uh-huh.
but he had 300,000 people watching and
And
didn't
he
get
was
taken
cutting
down.
it out in and out of the fights. And yeah.
But like there were
Lovely.
entire fights that he was able to play without
Okay.
much interrupting a lot. Sometimes his voice would come on. Come on, guys, need some more followers. And he sounded kind of like the other guy, but less like fat. But definitely just another Bronx dude. Like, come on, we need some more subscribers, more follows. We need more retweets.
Like
Like and comment on the post.
Have you ever done this for a previous fight on Twitter? Watch people stream.
Twitter, no. I've
'Cause
done it.
I wonder if the numbers were so high because no one could pay to watch it.
I was thinking
or-
that too.
Yeah.
I am going for the next one. I'm going to be doing the same thing, and I want to see if the numbers are comparable.
Uh-huh.
Because by the time the main event came around, he had almost 500,000 fucking people watching his
'Cause then I
hijack
wonder-
stream.
And then I wonder, like, if they cut all the streams, free streams, how many of those 500,000 people would actually end up paying for it? And I mean, probably a good percentage,
I would have.
10% even is that. That's a lot of money for Dana White.
I was trying to pay for it in the beginning because I just don't want to deal with streams cutting out and shitty quality and all this. Like,
I wonder how like strict they are, because don't like bars pay $7,000 to play the pay-per-view?
yeah.
And are they having people going around to see like, oh, this bar says UFC tonight? Are they signed up for our, I don't know. I've never heard of. I used to hear people getting like busted for other sports, but never UFC.
I think it's if someone reports you,
Oh, maybe.
you can
Yeah.
hear. And so if there's always rats everywhere you go in life. There's going to be some little snitch ass bitch. So it probably is a rule that gets enforced every time someone calls. It's like they're playing UFC at this bar, and I don't think they're allowed.
Or does like the bar have to register as a business with DirecTV so they can't even buy? I don't know how that would work.
We should ask Nick.
We should.
He would know.
Yeah, because they were doing it not illegally, but like through streaming sites, right? Like they weren't really like paying for the rights to play football games. I don't think. Right? I don't know.
I think when you buy the package, it's automatically.
For personal use. I think
Maybe we should call the
we should
cops on
we
Nick.
should rat him out.
Like, he was playing football games at his bar, and I don't think he had the express written consent from the National Football League to do so. And he should be in a lot of trouble for that, even if the bar
True.
closed for other troubles. The super chats are running wild today. Brian Anthony. I didn't think about my arteries.
Oh, no, I thought
Steve.
that was Keanu. Never mind.
Oh no, that's still.
Mhm.
You motherfuckers didn't pay for it. I didn't think about my artery. No, I didn't, genuinely. I'm sorry. The first thing you think of when someone says you have to fight a rooster is your arteries. Artery lang.
What I first came to mind for me.
It did. Well, maybe because you have a brain in between your ears, and I have a fluffy pile of diarrhea shit in between mine. Thank you, Brian Anthony. James Jameson, after the bed moving story, I'm rooting for a pro furniture mover, Beefy Steve arc. Hey, why not? I can move furniture. I could move it poorly and break things in people's houses, but I could do it.
Mhm. Oh, that would be one of the worst jobs. Just every day having to lift up people's heavy shit that they're probably packing boxes full of nothing. You just have to bring down and stick in a truck. Like me, I've packed many boxes and then those same boxes never been opened. They're just sitting in a closet with the same crap in it that I don't even remember what's in there. I can't imagine doing that every day. And the steps. Oh, New York City is the worst for moving companies.
What if you just get used to it? You just get into shape, and every day you just use it. It's what you do, so you get used to it. And then one day your back just gives out, and you're crippled.
The whole summer when it's hot.
Oh, it's probably the best.
Oh,
Wear shorts.
Wear shorts.
You wear shorts and lift
sweat it out.
heavy shit all day, every day, and really fucking hate everything. Hey, why not? I do it. I do it for money.
Own, moving company. You just buy a van.
Garrett and Steve Movers.
Yeah, and we'll do a podcast while we're moving.
Hell yeah. 2 birds, 1 stone. And we'll get body cams. And you can watch us go, oh, fuck, how'd they get this in here?
So, did you see that baton girl on TMZ?
Yeah, I'll try to show you videos on my phone while we're moving a fucking couch. Look, it's the fucking Costco guys. You know how they got rich because they went to Costco once and made a faggy-ass video? Remember that? Oh, look at us. We're doing the best we can. I'm into it. I'd like to be a beefier Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty beefy right now, but
no, you're thin.
Well, that's right. Last week on the football hockey show, as we found out, I fit into a large t-shirt.
Wow.
Because I've been cutting pounds. I ate a whole pint of ice cream yesterday. Cutting pounds and ounces. Yeah. Gina Maria. Can we bring back Garrett's toll booth character? For sure. Just got to get a TriCaster in here so we can.
I had all the notes on my work computer of all the things he did. Now I don't remember any of them.
I can't remember his name. Toll booth Barry.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't even remember his name now.
I do remember he wanted to open up a cat cafe with his wife, and he had a pet bee.
Pet bee. That's right. Once you say it, I remember it, but I
He had
couldn't
a
think of
pet
it.
bee and the cat cafe thing.
And the bee's name was the same as his wife's name.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. I think.
Was something French.
Something French.
So we're going to have to get the old compound computer so Garrett can look up his profile.
Yeah, I don't remember at all.
Let's see. Are we live on Twitter yet? No.
Garbage.
Probably not going to happen today.
No.
Curtis John, mail anytime soon? Yes.
We just got an email for some mail arrived.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to double check my schedule, but I think tomorrow I should be able to go. Me and Charlie Boy are going to have a big day out on the town. We're going to have multiple stops. We're going to get the mail.
kind of like the Drudio in here.
It's hot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just me because I'm always hot.
Is the window?
It's not open enough.
Should I open it more?
Please, please, please. Caitlin Conti, Garrett, you can eat anything. I think this was in reference to you talking about eating a rooster.
Oh.
So, yeah, you can have a rooster.
Okay.
You can eat the rooster chitlins.
Chitlins are from roosters?
I don't know what chitlins are.
Yeah. Now I don't know what those.
Something to do with pig's feet. I think it's all the guts of the bird.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are chitlins? Now I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Now
I've always
I'm
heard
dumb.
of them, but I never. I always thought they were just like a cheap cut of
Chitterlings.
intestines or.
What are chitterlings in black culture? Okay, well, what about just what are chitterlings? I don't need to know. Pig intestine dish.
Pig intestines.
Key part of Southern soul food. Served at
Mm.
celebratory meals. Enslaved Africans were given the less desirable parts of pigs, including the intestines, to cook. And many people of color believe that slaves invented chitlins using the leftovers from their slave masters' annual hog killings. It was a matter of pride to come up with the best way to prepare chitlins or chitterlings.
Yeah, what's chitterlings? You just
What
make it
does chitlin taste like? They have a savory yet mild flavor.
up- Ooh.
It's nauseating is also another description because of the rubbery texture.
I like rubbery texture in food.
Yeah, I know you. What do you mean you like rubbery? That means it's bad. It means you're eating shitty food.
No, like fried clams. They're like
Mm.
rubber band strips that you put in your mouth. I like that feeling.
Clam radio. I mean, I
Clam
like
radio.
clams. I don't know if I like them because of the rubber texture. It's just a
Even-
good taste.
Some like calamari kind of has that if it's not
Mm.
cooked as well. And I don't mind that.
I do love me some galamad.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess I do like rubbery stuff. I like octopus. But
Yeah.
I had bad octopus too because it was very rubbery.
Yeah,
It was like eating a fucking tire. It was way too tough.
but I don't mind that. You know, I'll fight through it.
Ugh. That's what I say. And what I say goes. AJR, chitterlings are pig intestines.
Thank you.
Thank you, AJR. Shit, next time I should just ask a question and wait for a AJR response.
Where's this chitterlings coming from, though? Are you making that up?
No,
It's
that's what it
I thought
said.
I thought it's chitlins.
Okay, so
Oh, I'm
the
putting a two and two
urban
together.
dialect.
Uh-huh.
When how does Google put it? Black culture. Southern soul food people tend to take words and
Mhm.
shorten them, say them slightly different than Southern non-soul food people.
Huh.
Like yo is short for you.
Oh,
And-
wow.
Like what up is short for what is up.
Wow, they really are saving time.
They save a lot of time.
Uh-huh.
There's not a lot of time to be had when you have to make the chitterlings. They take a full day to cook.
Yeah, so chitlins, also known as chitterlings. It's almost like that's what the black people call them, chitterlings, but it's not.
No, they call them chitlins
Yeah.
because it's just the quickest way to say chitterlings. Got them there, chillins?
You ever have tripe,
No,
which is the same thing?
disgusting. Yeah, I don't want guts. If I get any poorer, sure, I'll start eating the guts. But I don't understand when you have the choice of eating actual good meat and good food, why you eat the guts.
Yeah, you grew up on it, your familiar tastes, that whole thing. But yeah, if you never had it before, it's hard to just dive right in.
Yeah, have you had it?
Tripe,
Yeah.
I think once or twice in a soup, a tripe soup or something, but yeah, it's like a honeycomb kind of shape, and the whole time in your head, you're just thinking like, oh, I'm eating intestines. Yeah. Like I feel like if it was cut into tiny pieces, I'd do better with it. But
Wait, so
and
it's
I
just
didn't
one
really
long
like
intestine in a bowl of soup?
it's more like just like a steak or something, like a
Ew.
patty of it. It's like
Ah.
a flat piece that has honeycomb kind of shapes in it.
And it doesn't taste very good, I'd imagine.
I mean, it wasn't horrendous. You know, it wasn't like a livery taste or a chicken heart taste where it's like, oh, it tastes like I'm eating a organ of an animal or, you know, but it was like, it just had its own unique taste that wasn't, if I could see if you grew up on it, you would like it, but yeah, it's not like it wasn't for me. And the texture too is a little weird.
It's not for me. I don't want to eat guts. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm not big into just eating
No?
daring food,
Yeah, you're not.
especially if it's like a disgusting,
Disgusting.
disgusting. Like the whole point of it is like, oh my god, he ate the balls.
Yeah, that's right.
Does nothing
You
for
didn't
me.
like that.
No,
Yeah.
those weren't even bad. But just the mental image I had of
We got Rocky Mountain oyster
these were
jerky.
full of cum at one point. This is the cum delivery system, and this fucking bison. Like, I don't want to fucking eat that. And again, you could have tricked me into just eating it and saying like, "Oh, it's just beef jerky. It's from a big
Yeah,
buffalo thing."
It's liver beef jerky because it had like a livery
Yeah,
taste.
even liver I'll have. I've had liver and onions. I liked it.
Yeah,
It's a bit much. I don't go for it all the time, but I don't hate it.
it's too much. Like usually it comes like such a big patty of it, not patty, but a steak of it.
Liver steak.
Yeah,
It is too much. Disgusting. AJR, you guys should try durian fruit.
we kind of did.
Now I hear tell it tastes like asshole.
Yeah,
And it stinks to high heaven.
Booney got us some dehydrated durian fruit, and I was instructed by Steve to bring it back to my place and eat it outside of his place.
I believe I said, get this the fuck out of my house. There's already been 2 smell incidents. I cannot have a third. There cannot be a third incident.
So I got home and opened it up, and no smell at all. Not even barely. There was literally like no smell.
I know.
Put it in my mouth, ate it, and yeah, it had like the ass flavor. I don't know how else to describe it. It was just like this rancid kind of, I shouldn't be eating this. And then because it was dehydrated, it gets all stuck in my teeth. And then all day I have this like dehydrated shit flavor in my mouth. But it was fine.
Yeah, that's what I would like as a description for something I'm going to eat. Ass flavor. Stuck in my teeth, ass flavor
Yeah.
all day.
Like
It was fine.
It was kind of sweet, like the first few bites, but then it's just like the long aftertaste was, yeah, rotted fruit kind of flavor.
I'd try it. It's a fruit. It's not like other things where it's a disgusting, rotting, fermenting piece of actual dog shit. It's like, oh, it's a fruit. It's just maybe not. It doesn't smell the best. It tastes the best. But no more stinky food in the house. I've been banned from the stand. William Yoder says, "In hot water UFC show would be lit, yo." I would do
That's
it.
not bad either, because that goes all year, and there's fights every week now.
I'd be happy to do it. We just wouldn't be able to show it because, like with
No,
everything
but
else,
just do the picks or
unless we
whatever.
figured out how those guys on Twitter did it, we can't. We can't show the stream. But I think he means like, I guess we could just do picks. We don't have to like, do
Yeah.
a watch, but people like the watch alongs. I don't know.
But we never did a watch along with football or hockey.
Maybe after hockey season's over, we can see how dabble in the UFC pre-show.
Are the Rangers any closer to the playoffs? Because they haven't been winning and losing.
They lost yesterday and they lost the
7-3.
day before. So things aren't going great, but they're still not out of it.
All right.
They're still
All right.
kind of right there. It's just they really needed to win that game yesterday
Against the Blue Jackets?
because the Blue Jackets are in a wild card spot ahead of them.
Oh, okay.
So it really helped to beat that team because you could eventually oust them out of position. At one point they tied it 3-3.
Oh, God. And then
And then immediately 2 goals get scored. And then immediately after that, 2 more goals again in the next period. So it was a bit of a mess. It was a little, pretty much immediately after there was hope, there was then no hope. And I was like, all right, back to the drawing board. They've lost again.
Now, where do you think our next guest is, Miss Keanu Thompson? Wow.
Would you like to get us some beers while I intro our next guest in just one moment? And I go like this. Beers. And before, I don't want to miss him. Curtis John says, Garrett, is Mexican soup menudo cow's stomach lighting?
That's where I had the tripe soup from. Was a Mexican place.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very Mexican mealy, so probably. Menudo cow stomach lining. I don't know what. I mean, I know the band Menudo, but I don't.
I know Maria Menounos.
Maria Menounos.
She's in that awesome Chili's movie about
Yeah.
margaritas.
National Margarita Day.
Hell yeah. I'm going to watch the fuck out of that.
I can't wait to ask Keanu how she spent her National Margarita Day.
I can't wait to ask her if she swishes around her Who Gardens when she pours them in a glass. But without any further ado, why don't we just bring our guest on instead of dilly-dallying?
Yeah, you guys all know
Because
her.
Gabe demands Keanu Cam now. There it is.
Demanded.
Hello. Well, if Gabe demands it,
That's
then.
Gabe Bitches, won't you know?
Yeah.
Hello, gay bitches. Hello, Garrett. Hello, Steve.
What's up, Keanu?
Hey,
Thanks for
Keeks.
coming on.
No problem at all. I'm elated. I'm tickled even to be here. Oh my gosh.
Where can people watch you for? Because I know you have like Untoward Tuesday and Keanu Cast. I didn't know if you have a different name for every day or.
So the live shows are always on my YouTube, Keanu C. Thompson on YouTube. And then the podcast, if you're a member on the YouTube, you can watch it. But the podcast, Keanu Cast, is wherever you find your podcast. So Apple, Spotify. Yeah. So that's Keanu Cast or Keanu C. Thompson. How are y'all?
We're doing great. You know,
I know. What are you, drunk, Garrett? Not again.
Not me. No. What about you?
No. And Eugene was just teaching the children. I said I'd be here at 8:30 around. Yes. And he changed lives. Comedy Eugene. Yes.
That's right. I heard he was Comedy Eugene today.
That's right.
Nice. You give him any tips?
Actually, it was fun. I probably said more than I should have. I accidentally said the C word in front of the children, but they laughed.
Christmas?
Yes, Christmas. Yes.
Fiber optic cable?
Yeah, wait. What is Ray DeVito's joke? The C word is Christmas, but
Christmas,
it's not. Yeah, Christmas. Yes, I said Christmas. So
His joke is
I
that he
was
was
trying
at a
to stay on
fiber optic convention.
yeah, the fiber optic convention.
So we wanted to have you on because you're making news.
Yeah.
The New
I
York
know.
Post and all that stuff. And
Yeah. It's not under great circumstances,
No.
obviously, but I
So
don't
just
mind if it
a little
helps somebody else.
backstory,
Yeah,
I guess
Go ahead.
an ex-boyfriend of yours was
Mhm.
seen impersonating Donald Trump and annoying Alec Baldwin and Robert De Niro
Right.
and doing a horrible impression, first of all, not
Right.
funny, not doing anything clever, just being a asshole, but not even like it's a funny asshole kind of way.
Right.
or
I
no,
don't. Yeah, and I'm sure you all have played the clip, but I don't think anybody is in the habit of defending Alec Baldwin.
no.
But I'm sorry, but a violent woman abusing felon shouldn't be stalking anyone outside their home, not even Alec Baldwin. So when the New York Post asked me if I wanted to comment on it, I'm like, or not comment on it. They're like, the guy actually said, I've been trying to post a story about this guy for quite some time. Would you be willing to talk about it? And I said, absolutely. If it fucking helps somebody else not get hurt,
Yeah.
then fuck yeah.
How did the New
Yeah,
York
sure. Convenient timing.
I know. Yeah. Oh my God. What an angry lib she is.
Yeah,
I'm
what is
just
this
such
guy a
an
Russian
angry
asset?
lib. I'm like, I'm providing. I'm like, oh yeah, just put your blinders on, tie yourself into knots to ignore my fucked up face, the fact that he pled guilty to domestic violence and breaking my fucking wrist. Just fucking, but I'm an angry lib.
Please.
Oh,
I've
Oh.
seen people make marks on their faces before. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
nothing
I
new.
saw somebody go, you know what? I bet Alec Baldwin's camp paid her to do this.
oh.
I saw that
I went,
too.
Oh,
check
yeah.
my bank account, bitch. Also, yeah, she hit herself in the face with a hammer. 5 years ago, I hit myself in the face with a hammer
Hey.
just for this very moment.
You know, Joe Cumia, brother of Anthony Cumia, allegedly was in a domestic argument with a girlfriend, a wife, or whatever, and she supposedly took a frying pan and started hitting herself with the frying pan to fuck him over.
And it's these kinds of women
Uh-huh.
that are the reason that people don't believe women when they show you. That is terrible.
So how did the New York Post find out that this was happening between you and him?
You know, I guess I should have probably sent it to you. But there is a comedian, Laura High.
Fuck
who-
yeah.
Yeah, she Laura High, yeah. And then a bunch of other content creators. Dickbag Jason interrupted her protest. And I'm not the first woman Jason abused. I hope I'm the last. But this has been going on in the comedy community for fucking 10 years. Okay. So she reached out to me and said, you know, Tracy Carnazzo, another comedian, said this, and this is what happened with the protest. I said, I'll send you all the fuck I have. You have a bigger platform than me. It's good that people should know about this person.
Yeah.
So that went viral. Then other even bigger content creators and comedians
Really?
posted this video. Then New York Post reached out to me. So
Oh, okay.
right, yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah, likely story.
Yeah. You know
We
what?
know you saw his Trump impersonation video went super viral,
Oh my
and you were
God,
like,
you
I
couldn't take it.
cannot take it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I want to
You
be
know what?
famous now too.
Yeah, I want to be famous now too. So I'm
We all
gonna.
saw it. You can deny it all you want.
Yeah, this angry lib. I'm like, I'm gonna get him, and I'm gonna I'm gonna just show his pled guilty court documents to domestic violence, and that'll get him. Yes, literally, that's exactly what it was.
See, I told you she'd
So-
come to it. Just a little
You got
pressure,
her.
and she would
Oh,
just all
he
the
broke you.
house of cards you built would come tumbling down.
Yep, the house of
Liar,
cards
bitch.
I built. I can't build a house of cards when I have a cast on my arm. Any of you dipshits, okay?
Oh, that was another thing I saw. Where's the proof? Where's the
I'll
proof
send
of
it.
the
Yeah,
cast?
where's the proof? Where's the? God forbid I didn't take too many pictures in my goddamn cast, but I have one. If you would like to see it, they also know, right? Yeah.
You know
So
what's
and then there was another comment. I didn't move my wrist fast enough. Okay. Well, I was trying to protect myself with my wrist from being kicked by a shitty Trump impersonator.
Oh my
Okay.
You know, just a
So-
funny coincidence that you have a show called Keanu Cast, but no pictures of Keanu Cast. Very funny
Exactly.
coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what this is. That's nothing. It doesn't say Keanu cast on it at all.
It
So
doesn't say Keanu
wild.
in a cast. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's Keanu cast, right? Yeah, right. The Joe Exotics of the world. Yeah, the New York Post has my medical records of my broken wrist. I have a photo. Maybe I'll send it to you so you can show it. But also, I swear to God, people will put blinders on because instead of being like, you know what? I thought that dipshit in the Trump wig was kind of funny, and I hate Alec Baldwin and MAGA, MAGA, MAGA.
Mhm.
I thought he was funny. Instead of going, you know what? Turns out he's a bad guy. let's not support him anymore. They're going to go, well, where are the photos? I'm like, was it not enough of my fucking fucked up
Dude.
face? Was it not enough that he pled guilty to breaking my wrist? Like, what would make you satisfied?
to their semi quasi credit, with the whole Me Too movement, where all of a sudden, who was the Indian comic that like went out on a date and had a bad, he asked her for a blowjob. Yeah, Aziz Ansari.
Oh, Aziz Ansari. Yes,
Where it
exactly.
was like all of a sudden now, or like Al Franken, where he just squeezed a girl's boobs on the outside of body armor. It was like, he's horrible, just like Harvey Weinstein. So kind of,
I get that. Yeah. Should you
lesson,
squeeze
yeah.
a gal's boobs on the outside of her clothing? No. but I'm showing you documented physical fucking abuse, and yet, nah, fuck her. She
Now,
just wanted to be famous.
did the New York Post like ask for proof just so for liability reasons?
Prove it.
The proof was already in the
Court records.
well, no, it was in the video that Laura, if you look up, it's on my Ethan Trace and Laura High also, they kind of like took him down in this video with all of my proof, court records, my fucked up face, my medical records, the original my order of protection, all that stuff.
Oh,
they
God.
saw that, and then even they called or they messaged me on Instagram. His name is Chris, very nice guy. He had already been trying to write an article on him because the comedy community knows how fucking dangerous he is, and it's been going on for years. So I said, I sent him all that shit again. And it is so undeniable what happened that it's like even New York Post, and I would call that, and I'm not political, I would call that sort of a right-wing publication, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
They
definitely.
nailed Jason. They went like, look at her face. Look at this idiot. Like, are you kidding me? He pled guilty to this. Even a sort of right-wing publication, it wasn't spun in any way. It was, these are the facts. Sorry, chickens have come home to roost. So
Now,
I
how
sent them all that info too. But
long ago was the trial?
he pled guilty in 2021.
Wow, so not that long ago.
So actually not that long ago, yeah.
And how long was that after you were dating him?
The last day I saw him was the day that I reported him, because I was honestly fucking terrified of him, because after somebody abuses you, they always, I mean, it's a very alienating and not to be like heavy.
No, that's what I wanted to get into,
yeah.
like the mindset of this person's punching you or beating you up, and it's
Yeah.
like, I get that people stick around, but it's like, I don't get why, but I kind of do. Like, you just, because you might be living
Right.
together, or you have the same apartment, or any things like that.
Can you,
Right.
and also, because there's people listening that might not have any idea what we're even talking about.
Right. Okay.
So can I, if recap as much as you feel comfortable doing, don't dive into this if you don't want to fucking talk about it.
I don't
worry.
care.
But can you just like from the beginning tell us what happened, what started happening, and what it led to?
Okay. Let me try and put this in a tidy little bow here, because I dated him for 2 years, right? But I was a young comic and I didn't know the rumors about him. I started dating him.
Rumors before you.
Oh yeah, I wasn't the first person he laid hands on. No.
Okay.
One being Alex Engelbert.
She's
Also-
another one who keeps commenting on this.
Yes.
And she has this double-sided fucking view of it every time I see her pop up, where she's like, no, it probably happened that way because he abused the shit out of me too. But Keanu's a fucking just.
Keanu's a bitch anyway, right?
Yeah, she still goes out of her way to like be like, you're lying about something, but then reaffirms everything you say, and he's like, oh no, that probably all happened because it kind of happened to me. But
Well, it
Keanu's
did
lying
happen,
hits.
and if you read the New York Post article, I knew. Well, like later on, I knew he abused her. Our stories are actually eerily fucking similar. It's like I'm so glad she came forward. Is she? The funny thing is, she's just spurging out because she still hates me for I don't know because I stole Gino from
Yeah.
her. Right. But like either way, she was still I'm glad she came forward too, and that's great. But that's neither here nor there. But when I was a young comic, I didn't know the fucking rumors about him. And he basically early on in the relationship, but you're already he sort of ingratiates himself into your life. And if you hear anything, that's nothing. That bitch is crazy. That's
Oh,
whatever.
like so he's bringing up the rumors already.
Yes, because then people start to go like, this guy, like whatever. And then it's a very alienating and like shameful feeling. This is how it happens in situations of domestic abuse and why
Okay.
people stay. I'm not Alex, okay? He fucked the shit fucking like beat the shit out of her, right? And she said, "Get the fuck away from me, get the fuck out." Right? I was already in a relationship with him and it was sort of insidious, and then not far from when we started dating, but the first violent incident happens. And then they pick you up. I'm sorry. I'll get therapy. You are so ashamed of it and so like confused by it, and it doesn't even really make sense to you. You really don't know which way is up or down. And so then months would go by and it wouldn't happen. Then it would happen again. There was another instance where I got a text and he shoved me down, kicked me, was spitting on me, and slapped me so hard in the face, it broke the arm of my glasses. Okay. But at this point,
Holy fucking
yeah.
shit.
And it's so, and people don't understand this, but this is how people stay in abusive relationships. My friends had a notion of what was going on, and then they want to give you tough love. Because I'm like, God, the worst thing in my life would be for my parents to know this, because I love, how close I am with Michaeline and my dad. I don't want them to know that this is going on because I don't want to hurt them.
Upset them, yeah.
Right. And so then my friends, good friends, they're like, we got to give you tough love. If you beg us not to tell your parents, I'm like, but he's going to change. No, please. And then they're like, well, then we're not hanging out with you anymore. So there's another portion of alienation, and you're still ashamed. And then they make themselves the only person that you're really even able to talk to.
Oh, because
Alex
you can't get texts from anyone. You can't go hang out with anybody else without them.
Nothing. So it culminated in
like,
finally,
are you aware of it, that this is happening, or kind of just all of a sudden this is a situation you're in?
I think I told the Daily Mail this. But it is psychological fucking warfare. You can't see how to get out of it. It's you're ashamed of it. You're confused by it. And it all somehow you sort of feel bad for, like, I felt bad for his parents almost.
Oh,
like, yeah, it's really it's a mind fuck. But yeah, they culminated in he again shoved me down, screaming, spitting on me, then stomped and kicked my wrist so hard until it was broken, right?
Now, was it like your wrist because you were protecting your face and he was kicking your face?
I was on the ground. I think he was trying to kick me in the stomach. Yes. So I'm like, right. So then I locked myself in the bedroom. I don't know what to do. I mean, I texted my friend Rachel, she's like, call the fucking cops. I just went to sleep. I didn't know what the fuck. I'm like, how my wrist is, I know something's broken. And then I think you guys were talking about this. I don't know if I told you this or what, but the next day, knock on the door. I swear I will never drink again. I'll never do blow again, and I will get therapy. Let me. And I said, I said, and now not only am I in this like space-time continuum of abuse, now I can't even move. I can't. I was working for my dad at the time. I can't type on my computer. I can't. I'm completely incapacitated
Yeah.
with my right arm. So then, walks me to the urgent care. But the first thing on his mind is, so what are you going to tell the doctors?
And he's with you
Yeah.
going to
And
the
then what?
doctor. Yeah.
Right. So then when I went and got the cast on, I did tell the lovely male nurse there. I said, he's like, are you sure you don't want to, you don't know how this happened? I said, I'm sorry. I have to tell you, someone did this to me. He said, is he out there now? And I said, yes. He said, I can get somebody in here right now. And I said, I'm too fucking terrified.
Wow.
So I didn't. So then when the hi Eugene, thank you. When the drinking didn't stop and I'm sitting there, thanks for the shot. And listen, I'm a person that drinks too, but I'm also not a violent fucking abuser.
Yeah.
But
Give it
when
some time. The longer you live with that fucking buffoon, I'm sorry, but the cycle usually doesn't get broken overnight. You're gonna fucking kick him in the wrist until it breaks. And then
I don't think anyone would blame me.
No.
Stupid MAGA asshole.
We would all cheer you on, and when Gino did his post article, we'd be like, "What a lying sack of shit!"
Yeah,
He's
you
just
know
doing
what?
this for clicks. He's a fucking garbage liar.
Exactly. So then when he was getting, angrier and angrier, and I just woke up one day and I had told some people because I was fucking terrified of him. He also said the words to me, we had gotten in a fight. I have a cast on my arm, and I'm like, Jason, this is what you did to me. He said, and if you fucking ever tell anybody, I will literally kill you.
Oh my God.
Literally.
Figuratively.
Holy fuck.
So, and that's not the first time. So eventually I just, to get out of the situation, there was a police station across the street from where we were living at the time.
Mhm.
And I waited till he got in the shower because I locked myself in the bedroom again that night because I was fucking terrified of him. And I walked out and I told them what happened and I never fucking saw him again. So
Was that when you still had the cast on your wrist?
The Keanu cast?
I had it was 2 months later. I think
geez.
it was 2 months later. So I don't think I had the cast on my wrist. But I had to wear a brace for a bit too. But they were very kind. Then they helped me gather my things, my medical records. He didn't know what was going on because he could probably figure out like, this bitch is terrified of me. I'm going to run home to mommy and daddy. And then I lived in a hotel for like a couple of weeks with my mom and dad took shifts, like coming and hanging out with me because I was fucking terrified. And then his mom texted me, Keanu, please. Because he told her that he did that to me. He told her and she knew. That's the other thing.
Wow.
Stevie Lou said.
I know, God, Stevie Lou, the epitome of, a normal human being.
Yeah.
But she said, I promise he won't bother you anymore. I'm so sorry that happened. He knows what he did was wrong. And I'm like, I'm not kidding. I'm fucking terrified of him. Like,
Yeah.
and so then when they went to his house and arrested him and she has the nerve to text me and say, "Please drop the charges." Oh my God, they just took Jason away in the middle of the night. I'm like, I didn't press charges. I reported a crime, and he's a fucking violent human
Yeah.
being. Yeah.
Well, she
So-
must be going through, I would assume, that same thing. I'm just going to guess in her life too, do.
Oh, you think she's getting that Jason's dad beats his?
I'm
his
getting
mom up?
like, where's he get it from? Where does he?
You know,
where does he normalize
Some
that?
people don't need you know. To
I
be
guess
taught
like
that at home.
psychopaths or something.
You know-
But it could, you know, you're not. I don't think you're wrong. It's
Yeah.
just it could. Who knows? It could be either way.
Yeah.
I think I can. His dad fucking he fucking hates him. He's disturbed by him. Thinks it's the mom that always wants to protect him, because also from what Jason told me, I'm not his first felony. He
Jesus.
got in
Wow.
trouble. Yeah, he got in trouble because he hit an underage kid, and he beat up a kid, and the
But he was
mother.
dating?
No, well, I don't. He got into a fight. He was of age, and it was a child. So right, so he only hits women and children. Right?
Oh my
He,
God.
never let him on one of the lifeboats of the Titanic, because that's where they all
Mhm.
are. Like, so so this is from what he told me, and his mom got the brothers out of the house every single week for when his probation officer would come to the house for an entire year. She wants to just hide it. His dad hates him. Like, so I don't think that's what's going on. And I'm sorry for his mom, but like, you got to just understand, maybe it's not your fault that your kid's a goddamn mentally ill, violent monster.
Could be.
Maybe.
Could be.
But it will be your
Most likely
fault
is.
if you keep fucking trying to hide this from
Keep
Yeah.
enabling
Yeah.
it. He just like, you don't learn anything if the only lesson you get after all this is, oh boy, I gotta hide that better.
Yep.
My
Yeah.
mom
Yeah.
will help me.
My mom will help.
My mom will help me hide
Yeah.
it, thank God. But next time I gotta, we gotta scoop my brothers out of the house sooner after I beat the absolute shit out of a girlfriend and a child.
Right. Exactly. So good. I hope his mommy and his daddy, I'm sure his dad's like, "See, Jason, you are a piece of shit. I wanted to move to Florida and you wouldn't let me. And I hate what you did to Keanu." I swear to God, he is the one that was like, "This is ridiculous." Like, when he could no longer, all they wanted to do was move to Florida. Then when Jason broke my wrist, then he had to move back in with mommy and daddy, and poor fucking Mr. Scoop. It was like, great, this idiot's back. The other kids moved out because of Jason. So,
Wow.
yeah.
So he's just like an outlier where he's insane.
He sounds like a little bit of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I would put that moniker on
yeah.
him.
A little
Right.
bit.
Piece
A
of
little
shit.
bit.
Just
yeah.
a little.
Yeah.
You know. Couple
No,
months-
I'm just an angry lib, you know.
Well, yeah, that's also the flaming shit lib on the show is just spreading lies about our beloved Trump impersonator.
For Christ's sake, Gino and I have voted for Trump the exact same amount of times, which is once. I've never voted in my life, but I voted once for Trump the first time, and I don't vote anymore because I'm not political. But you cannot tell me that I'm some sort of angry lib, and that's why I can't
Yeah.
vote with this. He does a shitty Biden impression too.
Of course.
Oh, I'd love
He
to
does
hear
a
it.
shitty everything.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know if he was a guest one time on Anthony's show, and it was just because like some agent had another comedian client and then was like, "Oh, can you have this guy on too?" And he tried to do impressions, and it was like just way try hardy, and he just couldn't pull it off, and it was awkward. And Anthony was now stuck with him there, and it was just like, all right, cool.
I watched that because he's like, I was on the Anthony Cumia show. He had like the little Anthony Cumia sticker like in his room. I'm like, that was fucking terrible. That
It was.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that is such an awkward way to be.
And it wasn't like Anthony asked to have him on, or it was like his agent played some weird little game to be like, "Oh, we have this guy too. He's really funny," and Anthony had no idea who he was.
Well, that's how I've heard of it forever. Opie Anthony, Compound Media, where
yeah.
like they'll say, "Hey, we'll get you this guest you actually want
Yeah.
if you have this guy on first." So you
See?
go, "Okay, I'll
Yeah.
have the shitty guy that I don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
make sure I get that guest I'm actually asking for."
And then you
I
never
know.
get-
I think I
yeah.
watched it once and I thought, God, that was fucking awkward as shit. Awful. Ugh. Yeah.
It really was. It was like really uncomfortable. I almost want to, I don't know if I'm for sure, but like Anthony was like, all right, well, Jason Scoop, everyone. And like before the show ended was like, see you later. But I could be wrong. I just remember how awkward it was and it was just uncomfortable. Yeah.
He's just thinking about, like, I don't know, his next victim, maybe. I don't know.
Now, there were also threats of like, you'll never make it in the comedy world because I have some comedy clout, or because
Yeah.
he doesn't have any comedy clout now. But I was just wondering if he thought he did.
Comedy.
No, before this is so funny because before this article came out, he's been banned from club after club after club because of his fucking insanity.
Yeah. Oh,
Not
okay.
only what happened to me, but from there's sexual assault allegations, and also he's just an asshole. Like, so he's been banned, and I can only tell so many people what happened to me and give them the record of it.
Mhm.
But
You can only spread your lies so far.
my lies. It's right, exactly. He pled guilty to it because I'm just a stupid lib
Your
bitch.
parents paid for a good lawyer.
That's what it was.
Right, it's so funny.
Railroaded him.
He got railroaded like Drew and OJ.
What's so funny is you meet the assistant DA like had me come in and talk and was so fucking understanding. Also, there's some things about New York that I don't love, like how you can be a violent felon, plead guilty to it, and have it sealed. That's not good.
Yeah.
But they immediately gave me an order of protection because of obviously all of the evidence, and not only his guilty plea after the fact, but they also they give you a therapist to help you with it. Shout out Brenda. I talked to her for like an entire year, all paid for by New York.
Oh,
That's
nice.
great. But when I think about it as well, it's like, it's funny because the fact, if I hadn't screenshot those, nobody would ever fucking know.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you can hire a lawyer to have your court records sealed, even if you're a violent felon. That's not good, New York. No.
Wow. God.
So I was listening to the Keanu cast with Micheline,
Yeah.
where you first talked about this about 2 weeks ago.
We've talked about it before, but yeah, when those first videos came out with Laura High and the other content creators and comedians, then so we decided to talk about it. So yes,
Right. And I didn't know that's what was going on. Me and Garrett had wrapped up our show, and I just put you on because I saw it pop up. I was like, look, Keanu's on. I was listening to it, and I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. It was a little shocking for me. One of the more shocking parts, because you went through just about everything, but at one point you said that he was watching the O.J. Simpson documentary while you guys were snuggling.
he is fucking lucky. I had this when the Daily Mail reached out. I had this written in there too. He has an unhealthy obsession with O.J. Simpson and the entire trial and the Nicole Simpson Brown thing. Yeah, and when we would snuggle, he would pop on the documentary. Okay, because I'm like, why are you putting that on? It's hot. Is it? He beheaded a lady.
What?
So just to be clear, we are using snuggle as a reference to sex.
Oh, fuck. Thank you. I didn't realize.
Just to
Yeah,
make sure it's
right.
clear.
Okay.
Not they were cuddling in bed. They were going to
No.
have penetrative sex. And he said, hold on, let me put on the O.J. Simpson documentary.
Well,
didn't
I didn't know the first time. All of a sudden, I'm like, are you watching? What are you watching? And then he's like, it's hot. Right. I'm like, Holy fuck. But it was too far gone at that point. I'm like, really now how do I tell this to anyone? Like it was unfucking believable. Unfucking believable.
It's not right, but I understand the feeling of, well, because in the exact moment he fucking puts this shit on, I didn't leap out of bed, scream, and get the police. Now I'm like complicit. Now I'm fucking. Now if I tell anyone, they're gonna think I'm crazy too.
And this
But
was
it's
way
not true, though.
into
It's just-
it's also this was way into the abuse too. So like how am I what am I to tell someone? My boyfriend keeps putting on the OJ Simpson documentary when we're having sex. Also, he hit me 1,000 times here before, did this, did that. Like, it sounds so unbelievable, and it's so fucking shameful that it's like, what? I can never tell anyone about this. It's embarrassing, right?
Yeah. Ah.
And above all of that, above all, it's embarrassing. All that. This guy's clearly unhinged, and he's very okay, if not loves violence. You think I understand? You would think the second you go do anything in opposition to him, you plant your foot and say, "I'm not taking this anymore." He's gonna fucking murder you. And
Especially when he tells you, I will literally fucking kill you if you tell anyone about that. Now my friends are gone because they're like, we can't stand seeing bruises on your face. Now I don't want to hurt my family. Like it sounds insane unless you've been through it. But like I said, it's psychological fucking warfare. And you don't understand it unless maybe you've been through it. But what my hope is that people have a little bit more grace for people that do get stuck in domestic and like abusive situations, because there's a reason that it happens to people. There's a reason that people stay, and it's not good. So
like
no, it's more often fear than they actually like love the person. It's just they're afraid.
I guess yeah.
Right, or they make it like you're the only person that you
Right.
have. Right.
Completely
Yeah.
isolated.
But like I'm trying to get into the mindset of you're walking to the hospital with a broken wrist and he's telling you, I'm gonna fucking kill you if you say anything. And then you're in a secluded room.
It wasn't that then. He said, so he's begging me, pleading, please, I'll get therapy. I'll get therapy. I swear to God, I'll never drink again. I'll walk you there, like walk you there. Couldn't have paid for an Uber, dipshit. Right. And I don't have anybody else at this point. I can't go to my family. I don't want to hurt them because what hurts me hurts them. And then but then he's asking when he's walking me there, so what are you going to tell the doctors?
All right.
So then when I had the cast on my arm,
The Keanu cast.
the Keanu cast,
Thanks, Gene.
then it turned into I started to get like he said this person on this thing was insinuating that I hit you. It was I think my friend Alan, right?
Yeah.
Because
Alan
people are
Fox.
starting to go, look, yeah, she's a fucking cast on her arm. And I said, Jason, you do hit me. He said, if you ever tell anybody that, I will literally fucking kill you.
Oh God.
And I go like, well, all right, I am in hell. I am in hell. And I don't know how to get myself out of this hell, but eventually, hopefully I will. Like,
Now, what was it like when you finally got out of the hell? Was it like, oh God, why didn't I do this earlier? Or
no, I
kind
was
of a slow
fucking
process to
terrified.
get there?
That's the thing. She said before that she had to stay in a hotel room for weeks with her parents watching her, basically, so that
Because you're afraid
you're
he's
afraid he's
come
gonna
and-
fucking kick the door in and
Oh.
finish the job.
Right.
But how did you go from? So you told the cops, he gets arrested. Now you're in the hotel room with your parents. How do
He
you
goes
go
home to
from?
mommy and daddy, right? And then
So how did you go
I
from like basically hiding in a hole, trying not to get killed, to no, fuck this, I'm gonna go live a normal life. I'm not worrying about this anymore.
it took a long time. It's also a reason where even after he got arrested and all of that stuff, but it wasn't like he was sitting in a prison cell. It took a long time. My dad moved me into my new apartment, and my mom did too. But I mean, it was fucking hard to sleep at night because his entire thing is, if you tell anybody about this, I'll literally kill you, right? So I don't know. Now people know. Now he's been arrested, but now he's out. It's not like they're going to hold him in jail until he pleads guilty.
Mhm.
It's not like that. It took me a long time to fucking feel okay. My mom and dad, thank God. My friend Amy, thank fucking God, like people stayed with me and hung out with me, and I was in a very sort of I lived above Iggy's. It's where the gunshots happened.
Yeah.
But it was I found like a community. I didn't feel like I was like I couldn't sleep at night after a while because there were a lot of people around. So
Mhm.
that was great, but it's why I couldn't go to comedy clubs. What do I know? Is he banned from this one? Is he banned from that
Yeah.
one? Is he going to show up? Does he see me on a poster and come and be like, I know what he's capable of. Is he going to fucking lose his mind and come in with a fucking gun? That's another thing.
Who knows,
Not
right?
you
Yeah.
never fucking know. I've seen the kid fucking I'm not I believe in the right for everybody to bear arms, okay?
Sure.
But we were
Yeah.
house sitting at his parents' house one time, and I told the DA this, and this fucking terrifies me to this day. It's hard to talk about, but we were house sitting, so it's just me and him at his parents' house. He comes out of his dad's office just waving a gun around. This is way
Oh
after
God. So
he
you knew he
fucking
had access to a gun?
yes. And
Oh.
he knows I'm just terrified of them and knows that I was screaming, and he's like, like, I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I am in hell. So then he tells his parents afterwards. He's like, oh yeah, I told my parents that I did that. And I was like, what did they say? He said, they told me they were ashamed of me. I'm like, it's not fucking funny.
Yes, how funny, Steve.
No.
Sorry.
I mean, right. He was like, check this out. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
It's so right. If I so I can only go to so many comedy clubs and be like, this, and this happened. People would be like, oh my God, what?
Walk into comedy clubs and ask, was there an unfunny impersonator swinging a gun around in here? If so, I can't do my skits here.
Right, exactly. Right. People were like, it sounds so insane, but I had nothing left. I had nothing left in the tank. I didn't know where to go or what to do, and I just didn't want.
But believe it or not, you're lucky because, like you said, you had your mom, dad, someone named Amy. You had a support system
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
that like got you out of it. Because what usually happens with people is either they are already alone when they're with someone like this, or
Right.
like you said, so many people in their life give them the ultimatum of, if you don't leave, I'm leaving. And what happens is, even after you go to the cops, the guy doesn't go to prison.
No.
Now you're just by yourself. And in order to almost in an act of like self-preservation, you get back with the guy because you're like, well, if I'm making him
If
happy, he won't
yeah.
kill me.
Then
If
maybe,
I'm
yeah,
by
right.
myself and just asking cops for help, he said he's gonna fucking kill me. I think he's gonna kill me.
I know
So
it took me. Yeah, I'm lucky to have a fucking support system. Because I don't know how women. This is what battered women's shelters are for. Like, that's why they keep them fucking secret. But like, I'm a person and I wanted to live a life, but like, it took me, I mean, months to even Like, I would
leave.
not be looking or I mean any noise or not like anything. Oh God, can you imagine if the gunshots had gone past my window when this was all happening? I would have never fucking recovered. Like,
God, yeah,
yeah.
I've been thinking you were the Lady Pistorius. Like
Oh,
shot through the
yeah.
door.
Uh-huh.
But
Right,
I
because
mean,
if he feels like my career is over, I have nothing else. Let me just go fucking actually kill her now. Like, I don't know.
Is
but-
his career over though? Like this should be at least a nail in the coffin. Maybe not the
now
final
it should
one.
be.
Yeah. But does
Now
it
it
actually,
should be, but
does it will it ever happen? Like how is he even making money? You know, like he's a D-level comedian that with shitty impressions banned at so many clubs. Like where's he even getting up at?
well, he's banned from everywhere. He was banned from 5 of the huge clubs. And now I can't imagine that anybody would hire him now, but that almost does kind of like my mom and dad are like so fucking obviously, and my brother and my Amy, they're proud of telling the truth because I think I wasn't the first, I hope I'm the last, but if it helps somebody else, then I'm okay with it. But they are going like, yeah, just watch out because I know what he's capable of. And
Yeah.
New York didn't put him in fucking prison. And yes, now he's getting his social fucking justice. But yeah, I mean, it does
he
kind of, it does give me pause. Like
He didn't go to jail for any amount of time.
he was in jail when he was arrested from mommy and daddy's house, but
That was for like a day or two, right?
he was on probation, I assume for a certain amount of time, and took the plea. And I assume that will seal this from your record if you plead guilty, because you are guilty, dude. You get her in there. They also stopped me. And because crime is down in New
No
York.
one broke my
Right.
jaw as a felony.
Right.
No one beat up Keanu or Alex. Crime is down in New
Crime
York.
is so down in New York.
is there a
Yes, very
drunk
good
shouting
point.
outside of your apartment?
Help! No. Wait, please be
you
careful.
guys can just suck my I. Ask
Wait.
Garrett how long it took me to
Please
say.
be careful.
Ask Garrett how long it took me to say yes. Keanu can do the show.
Please be careful. Oh God. Okay. Oh, if he unplugged something
Gino,
again,
do
I
a
would
Trump
be
impression. I'm trying to.
His Trump impression. I can name 9 people who do a better Trump impression than him. Am I
Name
wrong?
them then.
Yeah,
Name
name
them
all 9
all
right
9.
bad. Shane Gillis.
Ready for this? Shane
Yeah.
Gillis.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis 8 times and Bob DeBono.
now. All right.
You
right,
unplugged
you got it.
something.
As it
you
stands,
just
that's a
stepped
valid
on
answer.
that. I can fix that. Okay, thank you. Anyway,
Am I
yes.
wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot
Always
one.
wrong. You've never been right. You've never said the right
Someone's a
thing.
better one than him. Am I wrong?
Yes, exactly. Well, anyway.
Now-
Come on.
I'm glad Gino steamrolled his way into this because the next thing I noticed that I thought was funny has everything to do with him. So I hear you tell your story, and I'm like, good Lord, that's like shocking, upsetting, terrible. And then the New York Post article comes out, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, I can't believe they're covering the important part of this, which is not that he did some gay fucking interrupt Alec Baldwin's Day impression. That this guy's a piece of shit, and if he goes viral, this is kind of what you should know about the guy before you fucking put him on your shows or anything. But then immediately, I click on the comments of that and several other things, and I notice a lot of Gino Bisconti haters have just gone out of their way to smear you, to say it's all bullshit, to say, and Alex Engelbert, who is one that jumped in on this.
I hate to do this. Gabe sent Keanu on also purple helmet Kiki, please. So I have to put this weird thing on for one of your
Keanu
so
Unplugged. Also
this is
purple
what
helmet.
Gino does. Yes, so that's why I look like this. And you know what? It helps in maybe times of abuse. So there you go.
Yeah, you should have been wearing that the whole time.
You should start up a company.
The abusive
Clothing and
helmet.
protective wear for people who are victims of abuse, like soft helmets, elbow pads, wrist guards.
It's okay wear. Yes.
He's getting better clothing line.
What are you gonna tell the doctor, Fox?
I'm not gonna tell him anything.
Nothing, will you? No. Anyway, go ahead. Gabe.
But it's just the warped reality. I read these comments and I can't help but laugh because they go above and beyond to make up why you're a liar.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Like this, kicked her wrist. He kicked her moving wrist like Steven Seagal. People are such dupes. No one kicked her wrist until it bled, but she did marry Gino, who threatened women. So,
oh my God,
it doesn't even get to the end of why it's bullshit before it's about Gino.
Or the other one I see a lot is, yeah, but Alec Baldwin killed a lady. I'm like, number one, nothing to do with this. Number two, you act as if Alec Baldwin walked up to that woman on the set of Rust and shot her. It has nothing to fucking do with what is being presented to you here. No. Like I said, people will tie themselves into knots to not see the truth, and that's it. Like,
but do you find yourself reading all this stuff and how I wouldn't know how to deal with that because I would have the instinct of like I'm gonna answer all these motherfuckers and be like, no, this shit actually happened to me. I was there. I'm not fucking like, but you can't. So like, how do you just ignore all of it? What do you do?
I respond on Keanu Cast, and I also I knew this would come. I knew that like people will do anything to put the blinders on instead of just saying, you know what? I thought he was funny. Turns out he's a bad guy. That's just what they're going to do because they can't accept the fact. They want to make it political. I'm not political. If he were doing his Biden impression, maybe people on the left would be fucking like pissed off too. But there's nothing I can do. All I can do is tell the fucking truth. And yes, does it suck to see people be like, yeah, stupid whore, finish the job? Like, yeah, that sucks. But if I couldn't care less because if it helps somebody else not get the shit beaten out of them by that fucking loser, unfunny loser, then I don't give a shit. What am I going to do? Respond to every troll? That's what they do. And people with a brain that don't say anything obviously know what happened. So
it's like people like Alex.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
Now,
did you read what she said?
Oh, no, please.
I think she deleted this stuff because I can't find it.
I have one. I will send it to you because, of course, I screenshot it.
I'm pretty sure I have because she had quite a bit to say. But I just found it very funny that she agreed with you, but also was like, but, you know, other reasons why she's a liar.
I have it right here. I will. I'll text it to you. Hang on. It says, yeah. Nope. Go ahead. Yeah.
Wait, is this what you have? Because if you have different ones, then please send them over.
I will. I'm texting this to you if you can pull this up. I thought that was she's spurging out. And I'm glad she came forward, and I have to feel bad for her. And I'm really glad that she was brave enough to come forward. But she still can't figure the fuck out that I'm not the fucking enemy here. Like,
yeah.
I don't think I don't think he fractured a wrist. He literally punched me. I went down. He kicked me in the ribs and grabbed me by the back of my head and slammed my face in the door hinge, stomped on my phone and took it. He's a piece of shit, but I don't get why she didn't tell the cops at the hospital. I have explained that. Right.
She goes on this whole thing about like the violence that happened to her, and then just has to stick in the end. But I don't get why she didn't tell the cops at the hospital.
It could have been over right then, and then she would have been done with it.
Like I did.
Steve, people haven't seen these yet, but I'm texting them all to you. So here's my medical records, me in a cast, and her other text. So if you would like to go ahead, you may.
Now,
You may.
Well,
I give
sure.
you permission. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
thank you.
It's so embarrassing.
But don't worry,
Yeah.
there's more of this shit if you're interested.
Mhm.
Yeah, the next one.
Right. The lie in the article was, I had no idea, bitch. People warn you. You called me a liar. Then when you fucked
No, I
Gino
didn't.
while dating Scoop, oh my God, it was somehow my fault. Oh, he hit me.
He hit you.
He hit you, and y'all stayed together. Went to her family's trailer park during COVID together. God.
It's so funny. It's so funny she's spurging out about this. It's wild. Even okay. The sad thing is, I feel for her. Jason fucking abused her as well, but she still can't get over the fact that I'm with Gino. I don't understand it. Like, look at him. I'm just teasing. But like it's I am not the fucking enemy. Aren't you getting married? Aren't you having an enormous
Yeah.
cake?
Yeah.
A
Like,
$7,500 cake, the size of a school
yes,
bus.
exactly. And she will gobble it all up. I'm positive of it.
And when they do that part in the beginning of the wedding where they you know how like the bride and groom feed each other the piece of
Yeah.
cake, hers has to be lifted by a forklift. And they'll
Yes,
give 'em a single
exactly.
fist.
They'll have to have a forklift to get her down the aisle, I assume.
But no,
Sorry,
it's
Alex.
really. But here's yeah, sorry, Alex. But here's what else you said about Keanu, who her crime was coming out in the open and saying this guy who's getting famous for a shitty Trump impression beat the ever loving shit out of me. Not even my fucking business. She let the fucking tool beat her up for years and stayed with him like the pathetic, spineless horse she is. Just admit you're a liar, babe. But in those
Holy
last tweets I
shit.
just showed, she agreed that it probably
Yeah,
happened because
yeah.
she described how she got her face bashed in. So, like, I don't even know what kind of manic episode this is, but
No.
pick one thing you're going to go with and stick to that thing.
You've been through the same thing she has. How do you not believe her?
Right.
You know,
And
She does, but in the other post, she
She
said she
does,
did believe
yeah.
her.
And not only that, I have court records. I just sent you a picture of my broken wrist and also my medical records. By the way, there it is for anybody that would like to see my broken fucking wrist, assholes. Okay?
if that's you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
sure.
it's me.
Look at the mask. That's just some other person with a mask and a Keanu cast on.
Right. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Excuse me for not fucking like taking so many photos of my goddamn of the trauma that was my broken fucking wrist. There it is, Alex. Are you
Oh,
satisfied?
and here's more so-called proof.
Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop. You were seen by Michael Bolton, MD, and Muzazid Chowdhury. Sure, an Indian doctor. What did you go in for? A colonoscopy?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Was he smearing your shit on a little a sample
Absolutely, he was.
and then
She
eating
made it up. It was a routine colonoscopy, and she just happened to have a broken wrist.
Here's the worst crime. They only gave you ibuprofen
Ugh.
for the pain.
It was horrible. Yeah, but look at that. It says closed tortoise fracture of the distal end of the right radius, initial encounter. That is a broken wrist, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Alex, you miserable little lady. I am so sorry Jason Scoop abused you too, but get off of my fucking dick. Thank you for coming forward. Enjoy every bite of your enormous wedding cake if that actually happens.
Now, did Alex ever report him or file a police report against him?
No, she said in
Oh.
her statement to the New York Post, which I'm thankful that she came forward as well, that I just wanted to be done with it, and I didn't want to. And that is what kills me. That's what so many women fucking do. They don't. She didn't report it either. I'm a different kind of person and stayed in the fucking relationship. Unfortunately, it ended up that it culminated in a broken fucking wrist of mine. Are we satisfied with the proof? Not only did I is hey, it's like, you know what? Here's this really terrible thing that happened to you. To help other people, you give it to the New York Post and the Daily Mail, and people still want to discount you. Hey, here's pictures of my fucked up face. Hey, here's my medical records. Here's his court records. Here's this, here's that. And still, even a bitch who's been fucking gotten the shit kicked out of her as well by this person wants to deny me over what? The fact over the fact that I'm with Gino? Grow up.
Who
Grow
would
up.
have known that Gino Bisconti, the cause of
Be such a linchpin
such
in all
of
this.
these things, in the middle of all of it.
Do you try to find out if he's dating anyone new? Or no, you know what I'm saying? Or like, are there people out there like that Tracy woman who just tried to like keep eyes on him to see if he's trying to pick up some new female comic or whoever?
I'd imagine you wouldn't, because you don't want to be the target again. You just want to fucking.
No, I know, but not like trail him and just like find out through word of mouth, or you ask about, oh, is he dating anyone? Not to him.
Any
Just
comedy
so
club.
you could warn people.
Any comedy club I've been to in the past at least year, I mean, everyone knows this isn't majorly like known in the comedy community. But it does worry me if people, I don't know, whenever he goes and, interrupts a protest, if he like hits on some chick there, like,
yeah.
That does worry me, but it's not my responsibility to find out. But if a publication wants to ask me about it, it's my responsibility to fucking tell the truth so that it maybe doesn't happen again. Because obviously, if in the state of New York, I guess to keep crime down, he's allowed to have his records sealed.
It's fucked up.
Then
at least now when people Google his name, just some young girl that doesn't know who he is, that'll come up.
Today, the New York Post article, when you Google Jason Scoop, that is the second thing that comes up. And
perfect.
I don't care if anybody hates me for it. I am proud of that. And I think that and hope that it will help anybody else, because he is completely unrepentant. He's a complete and total fucking douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
And, sorry that you put him on. He put himself out there in the public fucking eye. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Chickens have come home to fucking roost, douchebag. So,
did you have anyone on your side, like say, I want to go beat him up, or I want to, any of that type of stuff? Any offers to get payback?
I mean, there were,
Did Gino offer to jerk him off under a pink blanket?
Yes. Absolutely.
Tell him Peter admitted to it today on the show.
Peter admitted to it today on the show.
Fitzy says that you're not pink blanket material with those wrists of glass, just by the way.
Wrists of glass. Yeah, right. No, I mean, obviously I had like 3 dudes on my side in my wedding party. Like, they want to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
But they're rational human beings, and I'm killing him socially. And
that's the point.
That's the fucking point.
It's more than
that. And obviously, my dad would fucking just
3 things, and I'll keep saying out of the way. 1, Gabe, thank you for this. 2, the story. 2, check your email, Steve. I sent you a video if you want to use it of Alex's returned in hot water. And 3. Yeah, like we were talking to Max today, and he's so good and patient. And I go, Peter, we're talking about all this shit. I'm like, I go, Peter, have I ever lied about anything? And he goes, no, never. I'm like, that's right. The man just admitted that I don't lie about the pink blanket. And you can imagine your buddy Pete, Steve, the way he's like, oh, but no, but I'm sure the water guy will clip it. But again, you guys
I'm
are
sure
great.
His exact words were, now why you got to bring up the pink blanket thing?
So you do watch the show. Thank you. All right, Screeching Holdout. I sent a video. You guys are the best.
I was living a quiet life.
Yeah, that's what he said. I was retired. I was out.
I was retired. I was out. Can I take this off now?
Please.
Sure.
AJR says, so Kiki and Alex both have horrible taste in men. What are the odds?
Maybe, but one isn't fucking violent.
One isn't violent, and Bob Fanta Patrice says, Alex is kind of thick. It would take a lot to fracture anything on her. I heard she was a big fan of yoga, mostly because the fruit on the bottom. Good one, Bob Fanta Patrice. Very good one.
That's yogurt. Yogurt.
Oh,
Oh, she's a monster, but I'm glad she came forward, and I feel sorry for her. But she doesn't feel sorry for me. That's for sure.
She's going out of her way to shit on you.
I know.
I think it has something to do with how she clearly is not over somehow that swarthy, stinky gentleman that you live with.
Swarthy is a great word, but he is the love of my life, I gotta say. And I feel extremely, you want to know what else has helped? I feel extremely, I know nothing will happen to me because he would never let anything happen to me. If I were sitting in my apartment,
Unless Pat
if
Dixon
I were
shows
sitting
up.
in my apartment now and like, yeah, maybe things would be different if I were sitting in my apartment alone, talking to the, giving these statements about this fucking monster. Yeah, things might be different, but she is, I hate to be like Ray, but I do wish her well, and I hope she can get over the fact one day that I don't know, that I'm with Gino and we had a really good time at our lovely wedding in a historical building on King Street in Charleston.
With your
And,
tiny cake.
and we're sorry about the cake, but it wasn't big enough for you.
It was 17 layers. Clip it for Alex. 17
I for one hope the opposite. I hope she never gets over it because I am endlessly entertained anytime I see a tweet of hers pop up that is clearly about Gino.
It's entertaining for me too, because it's like, God, you're still so butthurt. That sucks. What a fucking life to lead. Like, no, I'm getting married.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, she boasts this like awesome life she now has, where she's marrying a multimillionaire and having this huge wedding, and it's like, then why are you still hung up on all this shit still?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, she's hung up on it, and that's a very sad state of affairs. But she did the good thing and told the truth to the press, and I feel bad for her, but also she's a fat evil bitch. So
Now, do you have any sort of concern that these articles are coming out? No. Okay, good.
no, I don't care. I mean, I also Daily Mail quoted me really, really nicely too, and I gotta thank them for that. And anybody that has anything nasty to say, that's a you problem. Anybody with a fucking brain. Also, so many fucking comedians have texted me and said, like, Jesus Christ, like, thank you for this. We've been trying to fucking, get people to really understand the nature of his fucking assholery, domestic abuse assholery for so many years. And I don't want to call myself brave, but I am fucking brave to do it. Like, so.
Well, that's the thing. You are brave to do it because I would be afraid of some kind of backlash now at this point. Like if he sees any of this, if he sees the New York Post article, like what?
Oh,
if
I'm sure he saw it. I'm sure he's shitting his pants with mommy and daddy. I'm sure his dad's like, Jason, I told you, you broke a wrist. You're a shameful, evil person. She's like, no. I'm sure his mother is crying her eyes out. And you know what? She fucking should be. Disown your
She's
child.
enabled this forever.
Yeah. So.
Bitch.
But thank God Gino has that in hot water pistol. Just in case he does go nuts and decide he's going to take you and Gino to the
Thank
cleaners.
God Gino never gave our address out, right?
Yeah, that
definitely
too.
not.
Yeah. But yeah, at least when you go to bed at night, put like a bear trap in front of the door, just in case.
Oh yeah, and we have the cat. She
Oh God, yeah, that's all you need.
Thank God you have the cat. That'll stop any intruder.
Six could feed on Alex for days, even if she came forward. That's rude. I'm just teasing, Alex. You've been really rude to me when I've been very nice to you.
She's not teasing. She meant it. She meant that you're fat. It's not teasing.
Well, listen, the scale doesn't lie. Okay. It's just a density issue. All right. Anyway, well,
Right.
is that so? We got to the Alex thing. Shall I let you guys get
I think
to the
we've
rest of the
discussed the scoop files for as long as
Mhm.
appropriate. Do you have time or do you have to go?
I have.
Tell them to play the video I sent.
Oh, play the video Gino sent. I don't have to go. I just thought maybe you guys would want to sit there and jerk each other off or something. But I'll stay for a little
No,
bit.
we'll jerk each other off and you can watch.
Okay, great.
Oh, this is what Garrett. Wait, what did Gino send me? Hold on. Let me go to my email. I have a video from Gino. Oh, okay. Well, this is Alex's long-awaited return to In Hot Water after she had been gone. This is Gino's booth boy content. Gino, one of our booth boys, he's in the booth. Speaking of which, booth boys, don't worry, we are not neglecting you. Today we did, but it was because we had a guest. Tomorrow is booth boy day, and we will get to all the videos if we can. There's quite a few. So thank you for the booth boys for sending them. I'm happy when I'm just rich in hilarious videos to cut to. As long as they're
I will
hilarious.
smoke one of the cigarettes that Eugene forgot to bring to you.
Oh,
Steve.
wow.
That was actually something I wanted to bring up. Is it? What's his problem? Is
I
he
don't
just
know.
a stupid piece of shit, or does he have something against me?
Nailed it. Nailed it.
I asked this guy to bring me one
Eugene.
cigarette. It's been 2 weeks, not a single cigarette. At this point, I'd like a carton.
You know what? Have like 6 o'clock this week. Have your perfect son like just saying to the phone, "Bring cigarettes, Gino."
Yes, and I would give you. He said he asked for one. Take three.
I forgot the phone. I'm bringing him a pack, and he'll smoke those.
No, that's the thing. I don't want a whole pack. I'm gonna smoke the whole pack. I just
That's
want to
right.
go on. We're hanging out. We're drinking.
We'll
I was
keep
like,
a
it would
pack
be
in
so
your
nice to just
car.
have one cigarette. We go outside. We smoke. If I can go buy a pack. That's not the problem. The problem is I quit.
But
every time
you
Gino
know, I
comes here
get
on
it.
Thursday, we get hammered, and I'm like, God, I want a fucking cigarette.
Yeah, I bet you were probably just like, oh, I'm just so excited about that one cigarette. Yeah, I get it. I
He
get it.
was.
2 weeks in a row. I
Well,
was like, oh, I'm just gonna get that one, and it'll be out of my system. Just gonna fucking not. I'm gonna smoke it while I drink, and that'll be the best time of my life, and then I'll be done by tomorrow.
I'll tuck them into his butthole next time.
Please, just put a couple in his headband. He won't forget it.
I have to move the car to Marker Street cleaning. I'm
Give
putting
him
these with
two.
the car keys.
Yeah.
Putting 2 with the car keys. They'll be in the car. We're good.
Yeah, they'll get all stale. That
I'll
sounds
put 'em in- I'll
good.
put 'em in his car.
Honestly, if he'd given me one that was in the car for a year, I would have taken it.
I know. I'm the same way. I'd be like, give it to me. I don't care.
I don't know what it is about cigarettes, but I've been quit for
good
months.
time.
I don't buy any more packs. I don't smoke at all anymore. But for some reason, I get a couple drinks in me, and I'm like, God, I need to smoke a fag. I need to smoke a fag immediately.
I just smoke a fag.
But anyway,
There
Let's
you
check out
go.
this
Your
Alex
cigarettes,
Our-
your cigarettes are
our
in
booth
here.
boy. Oh, perfect.
They're in
No.
this dildo.
2. Is 2 enough?
Oh, great. So they're going to smell like his cigar.
That's fine. Again, if he could pull them out of a wad of dog shit, I'd still
It'll
smoke
be
it.
perfect. Thank
It'd
you.
be the best cigarette I've
Eugene.
ever smoked. It's been a long time. Before we go to the Alex video, I have a text from the Nagel hotline. What if Alex has a kid and names it after Gino?
Yeah, she would probably.
Good.
She'll name it Cake or something. I don't know. I love
Doughboy.
you, Cake. I love you.
She's a nice lady. Honestly, I've only hung out with Alex, I think, one time, and we had a great time together. She was very nice to me. We had a nice conversation. Like, I liked her, but all I've seen of her since then is her Twitter. And I don't hate her or anything. I just think it's funny that Anytime I
She
see
can't
her
let it
pop up,
go.
it's just about fucking how much of a piece of shit Gino is.
That's the sad thing. I thought in my brain, like, let me reach out to her and be like, I'm so glad you came forward. Wow. Honestly, let's, not be this way. But then of course I see, well, that whore is still stupid and she's a spineless bitch that let a guy beat her up for 2 years. Okay. All
Never
right, Alex.
mind.
Never mind. I'll let you spurg the fuck out, fatty. Go ahead.
Well, instead, let's see. I forget what happened when she
Mhm.
returned to In Hot Water.
Ever shit on Alex, and it was Alex, no, Alex, no, don't stand up, Jim, no.
That's an elephant.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, Keanu's like this. That's my ear. You could, Jesus Christ. Oh, it hurt my rib, but she got me right in the fucking. Hey, that's it. And, no!
Gene. Hey, that elephant didn't
no.
have back legs.
Stands.
You all right?
She got
She seems horny
She
today.
got me. She got me with an. Hey, Alex! Alex, no! Alex!
The phone. There goes the phone.
Dial tone, please. God damn it! God damn it! A stack of fuck. Alex,
Oh,
it's
Gene,
Alex.
be careful.
Alex.
You got the game.
Oh no! Alex. Alex.
She is gonna kill me, not Jason.
Oh, the Hershey toe.
No! I didn't notice the elephant had a knife in her trunk. Did you
Oh.
know that?
No.
I don't get the bit. Well, there was an elephant.
Wait,
I don't
did you
get it.
know- Did you guys notice there was a knife in the elephant's trunk? I never noticed that.
Yeah, it was one of the knives you had to hide when she
Yeah.
would come
Yeah.
over.
I never noticed.
Oh boy, poor gal. She's dense, in more ways than one. Poor
Mhm.
gal. Very sad. That was funny. Those were the days, right?
How was running the TriCaster? Can you do stuff like that yet?
I can't do that unless somebody teaches me, but I can switch the camera over. It's so fun.
Nice.
It's so magnificent. It's really fun, especially when Gino trips over something and unplugs the whole thing. I really love I love it when that happens.
He hasn't thrown Red Bull all over it.
Oh yeah, and then he loves when he thinks it's cute when the cat jumps up onto the soundboard, and then people bitch the next day because the sound's not right, and he won't get her off of it. So that's always very fun.
Beverly in the chat said, "Okay, can we do the Costco guys or something? Ask and ye shall receive." Now, Keanu, are you a big fan of the Costco guys?
Oh, because of you, absolutely. It's a chocolate chunk cookie. Is that it? Those
That's
guys.
it. Those guys. We haven't shown anything from them in a while
Yeah,
because
2 months now.
they're too big. They're too popular. They became uber famous.
And I don't see their stuff anymore either.
Also, that
That guy got like kind of. There was something nefarious about the dad in the news. I don't know what it was, but
was there.
it was like he's like a really aggressive, like bizarre stage dad or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we played that
Yeah.
video of him.
Oh,
like,
okay, so you
Getting
know.
angry, outtakes of him getting angry at the
Yeah.
I say double chunk chocolate cookie. I say it. Then you go. Yeah, no.
Honor of the year.
I think that might have been right before he started kind of backing off the daily, every moment of their
Yeah.
lives content, and now they just put out very prepared stuff.
Sponsored
They
stuff.
make huge appearances. They were at the fucking one of the Chiefs games.
Yeah.
They're constantly on wrestling shows. They were like courtside at the Knick game and on the fucking
sponsored by a lot
Jumbotron.
of sports teams.
The fucking Rizzler, if you go to a Ranger game, they'll put you on Riz Cam. Motherfuckers not even at the game, and they have Riz Cam every game where you just make the stupid Riz face. Although Rizzler's my favorite. I hate to be short with him. But so this is the first video I've seen from the Costco guys in months.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that popped up into my shit. not slap
Oh, no.
VII 7. This will be talked about tomorrow on the Garrett and Steve show.
They
Unless Garrett
tag
takes
you
off
in
another Monday.
something. I love it.
That's the thing. Whenever there's a Costco guy video, we've been tagged in all of them.
Yep.
So the fact I haven't tagged anything in a long time. So this is new. But I think this is the reason we haven't been seeing them. They've given up on having a TikTok presence, or maybe they do, and I just, I'm not on TikTok, but they have bigger fish to fry. They are on AEW, which is All Elite Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
All Out Elite Wrestling. All Eggs White. That's what it is.
Perfect.
All Eggs White.
Nailed it.
Well, without any further ado, let's just see how they do.
We up here in Los Angeles, California, conglomerating hard. The word of the day today is reverberation, because the reverberation from that power bomb, or should I say that power boom, was incredible. Reverberation, the word of the day. Harley Cam, let me get that in a D flat.
Well, D flat isn't exactly my style, but reverberation. Oh yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, Big Boo AJ, tell him something, my man.
What a week it has been here at the Crypto.com arena. It all started.
Can you see his cock?
Bear.
Ew.
A
His little peen.
Yeah.
There's a center mass here. You can see AJ's tip. You can see the Costco dad's tip.
But they're at the Crypto.com arena?
Yeah. Pretty
Where
big
like
place.
the Lakers play?
Where the Lakers play.
For AEW wrestling?
Maybe they're just in the back.
Like Madison Square Garden has like the forum. You could say I played Madison Square Garden, even though it holds like 400 people or 1,000 people.
Maybe yeah, they're in the mini crypto arena. But anyway, just everyone else, just try not to stare at his tip the whole time he's talking.
All right, I'll try.
How can we not now?
Don't stare at the tip, even though it's a different color than the rest of his crotch. Don't stare at it. It's
No
rude.
scruples. No
It's right
scruples
there.
on him. Oh my God.
They could have given him a different outfit. The tights with the cookies on him look very bootleg, and I can see his tip. Nagel Hotline says, we see his shroom.
We bring the shroom.
We bring the shroom to you. Very small now.
Oh my God.
I wonder if Big Justice, after they filmed this promo, turned to his dad, was like, Dad, we can see your tip.
I'm telling you, Big Justice looks like he's hitting puberty finally. He looks
Right.
like a little. He looks like a newer man, right? He looks like an actual man, kind of.
I don't want to talk about chicken bakes anymore. I want to get my tip touched.
No, Dad, I need therapy. Can you please, please? And then this little one's next. This little chode too. He's like, I need the most therapy that you could possibly give me. Could we please spend some of our fortune on therapy for me and my brother?
I've missed 6 months of school to talk about chicken bakes. I don't want to talk about chicken bakes anymore.
That's not even his brother, though. The Rizzler is just some other guy's kid.
Yeah.
That follows him around. Yeah. The Rizzler's not related to them at all.
Mm-mm.
This is parental negligence. What?
Yeah.
Negligence or the best dad in the world.
Uh-huh.
He made his son a famous influencer pretty much overnight.
Yeah.
I mean, he was putting out videos forever, but one of them hit, so it was overnight. Anyway, back to this.
Still looking at the shroom.
Back to Big AJ, aka the Tip. I want to see this promo.
A week it has been here at the Crypto.com arena. It all started Tuesday when LeBron James, boom.
Wow.
50,000 career point right here on this court. And then last night, the LA Kings, our man Quentin Byfield, in overtime with the goal to send the crowd home happy and crowd go wild. Another big boom. But then tonight,
Look at the black guy.
Black guy's
You
not
know
playing
he's
along.
You
He's mad.
always know the temperature of the room by the black guy. Like, I'm not fucking doing this. This is something is fucking wrong with these white people. I don't know what the fuck this is about, but I'm not doing these hand motions. This guy's dick is peering through his fucking weird tights.
I can
I'm
see
not.
where that kid came from. It was the tip of that little thing I'm looking at. That kid came from there. He boomed in his wife, and then Big Justice came out the other end. And then Quentin Byfield scored a goal in overtime, and crowd went wild.
Is that what he said?
That's what I'll rewind it because I want to hear "crowd went wild" every day for the rest of my life.
Tonight, the LA Kings, our man Quentin Byfield, in overtime with the goal to send the crowd home happy and crowd go wild.
Crowd go wild.
Excuse me, I said it wrong. It was crowd go wild. Look at poster, Michael. Like an Arrested Development.
Crowd go wild.
Oh, crowd go wild. We bring boom.
Did they go or did they went? They go.
We bring boom you. We bring boom you.
Look at the black guy.
Boom, 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 boom. But then tonight, AEW Revolution, the first time ever, All Elite Wrestling was right here on the Crypto.com arena floor. And look at this. Look at what we have right here. Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, the Powerhouse, Big Justice, the Rizzler, and of course, Harley. And we came here tonight and we brought the boom.
Black guy just staring like, why am I here?
He's like,
Powerhouse?
Yeah.
Powerhouse, sorry.
Powerhouse N.
Black guy's like, I don't even give a fuck if there was slavery. I would never want to be white ever. Ever.
Every time I look left in my peripheral, I see his tip. And I don't like it.
This is frightening. This is nightmare fuel.
Nightmare fuel. This is dream come true.
Dream come true? Okay.
Yeah. This is crowd go wild.
Crowd go wild.
I missed my Costco guys. I'm very happy to see they're doing just fine. All right, doesn't that make you happy?
It's all about your perspective.
fading.
I
I feel like
find
it's
this to
fading.
be disturbing, but
Yeah, it's almost like the people that were reposting all their stuff because they hated it, thought it was cringe, thought it was funny to make fun of. I've gotten bored with it.
Yeah.
And now they're just on stuff and in stuff, and people are like, am I supposed to like this? Am I supposed to be excited for this fucking guy? I don't like him.
right.
Yeah.
This guy on the right with the bald head is like high on ketamine.
Uh-huh.
Right. And then who knows who this fucking chode is over here with the denim shirt on. Then there's like some hot lady.
Denim chode.
Mhm.
The hot lady
Yeah.
that sings. I
And then
gathered what her talent was.
And then the son is erect. His father is at half-mast with cookie pants on.
Oh, there's all
And then
tips.
the black guy, like, please get me the fuck out of this hell. Like, what the fuck?
He didn't want to be there at all. He sits there with his hands in his pockets and just kind of stares off at the camera.
I don't get
Please
paid
get me
enough
out
for
of
this.
here. Uh-huh.
Honestly.
But I mean,
Powerhouse.
what do AEW wrestlers get paid? Probably got to be nothing. I guess something.
I mean, because even you hear that WWE guys don't even like if
Yeah.
they're not the big names, they don't make a ton of money.
Uh-huh.
So
This was
I
a wrestling
imagine.
event?
Oh yeah, there
Yeah.
was the big AJ. The father is living out his dream of being a professional wrestler, and
Oh
all he had
my
to do was
God.
use his son, Big Justice, to get there. It's pretty awesome. It gives me hope.
Yes. Put your children in fucking, social harm's way to live out your shitty career as a shitty wrestler.
Someday I'm going to be a famous podcaster because I'm going to make Charlie sing about chicken bakes in a Costco. Or, something like that.
Yeah, similar.
I'm not going to exactly steal
Rip
the
'em
Costco
off.
thing, but maybe, we'll go to ShopRite
Mhm.
and I'll be like, what's that? He's going to be like, it's a Entenmann's cake. It's an Entenmann's crumb cake. Dad, I hate this. You got to act like you like doing these or I'm never going to be a pro wrestler.
You can act like a man.
What's the matter with you?
Now let's go fall into our Yetzer Hara trap with your mom's big Jew tits. That's what Big AJ's big problem was.
Uh-huh.
The Yetzer Hara woman that appeared at his door and gave him a son and daughter.
Can you imagine? Okay, that's just a kid. He's just a kid. The fucking trolling I get for coming out about domestic abuse. Can you imagine this child's fucking trauma and the negative fucking evil comments? And his dad's like, "No, son, you didn't say chicken baked chocolate cookie right."
Plus, he's a child, so Jason Scoop probably beat him up.
Probably right. Maybe that was the child.
That's the thing. I can't imagine how he's like 12 or something. I can't imagine how he's dealing with the fact that if he goes online and looks himself up, he can read millions.
Oh my God.
Of comments about him. A lot of them aren't nice.
Do people really pick on him now, or is it mostly the dad?
Mostly the dad.
Yeah,
but he's not unscathed. He's definitely
true.
The crowd go wild,
and you have to read shit about your dad, which is pretty shitty too.
That's got to not feel great. Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, is my dad doing the right thing? All these people say he's not.
And he's like the type of famous where I'm sure that if he goes to school, his dad might have pulled him out of school because the other kids probably make fun of him.
True.
Probably, I would think. They're like everywhere he goes, he's just boom, boom, boom. Dad, can we stop saying boom? They just get followed around the hallways at school and kids say chicken bacon.
He seems
boom.
like he has such a positive attitude. He would just go with it and be like, "Yeah, I'm the boom guy."
You can have as positive an attitude as you want.
Right, because
When
his
people
dad
are
is like,
booming
you better look alive, fatty. All right.
But when people are shouting at you from across the high school hallway or whatever and go, boom, yeah, and then pointing and laughing at you, walking away and just like, that fucking fit. Like, it has to affect you.
My dad just says they're just jealous.
He also is right.
No, you guys are just jealous of me.
Did I just hear both Patricia?
Maybe. He does have a Rolex and is rich from TikTok, so I can see them genuinely being jealous.
And he's wearing a shirt with
I'm
his
genuinely
name
jealous
bolted
of Big
across it.
Justice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't have any cool shirts with Big Steve on it.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is these days. Like, this kid's fucking rich already for doing some dumb shit at Costco. Maybe they are jealous and not like bullying him. Maybe he's like the big man on, the high school campus.
Big Justice
The
on
thing
campus.
is, though, is he rich or is Big AJ just hoarding all the money?
You'll get this when you're 18.
You don't pay for your college.
After I'm done spending it on spandex pants. So
Right.
I can show my
Hundreds
tits
of
on
pairs
TV.
of spandex pants with cookies on them so I can humiliate you and become a wrestler. I mean, something is sus here, but that's all right.
I say boom, crowd go wild, money.
He was like a fake wrestler way back in the day before they became famous. So this is now his chance to get back in the ring.
Yeah, it was his second chance. This is his Bull Durham. Is that the movie I'm thinking of? What's the movie where the old guy becomes a pitcher again? The Natural?
The Natural was
Pitch Perfect?
It might be
Pitch
Bull Durham.
Perfect. That's not it.
No.
The old guy becomes a pitcher. Field of Dreams?
Nah, he just built a baseball field and they came.
What about the movie The
2000.
Wrestler with Mickey Rourke?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Way
The
more
wrestler.
accurate comparison because it's also about a wrestler.
Right. And he works at a deli even. He was right. I mean, that's also a sad. That movie didn't end up well either. So
No.
Uh-oh. I haven't seen that movie. How's it end? Does
don't
Mickey Rourke do
worry
drugs?
about it.
Yeah, his career definitely doesn't fall apart.
Does he go back to selling sheetrock in Florida? I think that might be Big AJ's destiny.
Oh God.
We should show him into it.
I will bid you guys adieu.
No, fine,
because,
it's cool. Yeah, we were gonna say see you later anyway. So.
We're done with you.
I don't
I
want
was
to.
about to say it, but you know,
I love
I was
this,
thinking
but
about
I'm all laughed out. It was too funny. I have to pay attention to my husband. He's bounding around, and if I let this go on any longer, he'll come over here, he'll unplug the TriCaster, and then I'll start screaming. And nobody wants to see that going on again, right?
Is he showing you his purple helmet?
His purple helmet.
Is he showing tip?
He's
For
gonna
free?
show the tip. Yeah, he's got cookie pants on as well, right? Yeah, you know.
Just I was skimming through the super chats to see if any were pertinent to you before you go. The only one I thought was funny was that, well, the other ones are funny, but they're not, need to be read by you. James Jameson said, new rumor, elective wrist surgery.
Yep.
Just like Gino with his elective jaw surgery.
Yep. I didn't need surgery, but my wrist was broken by a violent criminal. So anyway.
Well, thank you for hanging out with us for so long. And thank you for
so much fun. Will you come in?
revisiting-
Please come out. I'm gonna send you guys some dates. Please come and hang out with me and Michaeline. Oh, you're busy?
Yeah, sorry.
Not that day.
I've been abused, Garrett. I'm brave. I'm a brave lady. How dare you?
Ask him about Justin Fields.
Eugene wants to know about Justin Fields.
Football. Yeah, he's on the
football.
Jets. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are like the Giants now. Just take another team's scraps.
Yep. 2 team scraps.
Well, come say goodbye to them.
Say goodbye forever, Gene. Never seeing you again.
Garrett, Justin Fields, that's 4 Super Bowls in 2 years. I knew he'd love that. You guys are the best.
I love his laugh.
He's the best.
Thank you, Keanu. Thank you, Gino.
Thank you for having me and letting me go on and on about the most traumatic event of my life.
Of course.
Thanks for laying it
y'all
out
are the
for
best.
us.
I truly, everyone.
We'll come
subscribe
on
to
whenever.
Yes, please come on. Michaeline also adores you. So,
But just tell us where that is.
so Keanu Cast you can find wherever you find your podcasts, and Keanu Live and all of the other Keanu-esque streams. You can find Keanu C. Thompson on YouTube. Michaeline and I are live like 4 days a week, so do it. Subscribe now. It's rude to watch and not subscribe. And fuck Jason Scoop and say no to abuse.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bye.
See you later.
The grand old time.
Bye.
Thank you for coming by. And we will see you next time. Well, that was pleasant with parts of unpleasant.
Yeah.
Like
no,
it was
but
nice hanging out with Keanu, but it was bad that it was like, oh God, let's just talk about the worst part of your life.
But it's nice to talk to someone about, because I just like, I want to know the mindset. And she said it's clear where it's just like, yeah, you're just in this trap and you don't want to tell your parents to get embarrassed. And then you're just kind of stuck in this. And then he's threatening to kill you and you just don't know how to get out.
And you feel like it's your fault. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you haven't already left, like Alex says, it's like, well, then you, and there's this, like, there's people I won't talk about on this show because I'm afraid they're unhinged and they might literally just fucking bash my skull in.
You talk about Gino all the time.
Not him.
Oh.
I'm not afraid of him. I'm just intimidated by his raw gay sexuality. I don't want it anywhere near me. But no, like I wouldn't bring up because I'm just like, it's not worth talking about. Then I gotta like look over my shoulder everywhere I fucking go.
Mhm.
So even now, her talking about it, like, and I kind of brought it up. I'm like, I would still be worried that like he's gonna fucking.
No, I brought it up too.
Go on a coke binge and be like, this fucking bitch is talking to me in the fucking news. I'm gonna go fucking like. I'd
Like
still be
one
worried.
more club bans him, and he's like, "Oh, because you saw the Post article,
Yeah.
and just,
It's
I
but
have
you
nothing
have
left to
to
live for."
you have to fucking stand up and
The thing is,
y-
he's a
'cause you have
pussy.
to yeah.
That's the thing.
That's why he's beating up women and
yeah,
children.
So he's just a bully, and once you fucking fight back, hopefully he'll just cower.
He'll go back to mommy and daddy's,
Yeah.
and as long as they keep taking him in, he'll hide until he gets a new girlfriend and then beats her half to death.
Fuck Jason Scoop. Wow. It's funny how like when I met him, I had no idea about any of this, and you just get like this weird vibe of like, this guy, I don't like him. There's something off about him. Like he was on Crime Report a bunch, and maybe even Larry's Bea
He was on
show.
that. That was the only time I ever saw him.
Yeah, and it was always just like
The
he
Larry
got
show.
he was always high energy and trying to laugh and be funny, but it was like something's not coming across with this guy. It seems all fake, and that's seems what it.
After
what it is.
Larry's show, went across the streets of Sullivan's. He was there with a bunch of the people that were there,
Drinking,
doing coke.
Really?
And I didn't get any. I'm still sour about that.
Wow.
Maybe
Like
I
he
did
was
get
passing
weight.
around to other people. And,
No, he wasn't passing it around.
Oh.
Maybe he didn't even take any. I don't know, but he was there. I think I got some.
Okay. Good.
No,
All
wait.
right, good.
I think I did. I got some. Yeah, never mind. I just didn't like him because I was then on drugs, and when you're on coke, you don't like new people, or at least I don't.
Oh, really? Huh?
I'm very questioning of the. I guess that's the paranoia.
Huh? Yeah. 'cause-
I'm like very like people I'm with and I hang out with already. Super into. I like tell them everything I know.
Maybe that's it.
But
even if there's a new person, but they're in your group already, you kind of because I've done it with like friends of a friend that I didn't know, and it's like now I want to talk to this guy all the time.
yeah, no, that doesn't happen. Not to me. It's the opposite. I just
No.
want who I know. And well, anywho, we have some super chats we haven't
Let's
read.
do it.
Let's read some of those, and then get the fudge on out of here because we went long today. Bob Fanta Patrice, we are all team soundboard Kiki from the streets. Oh,
She is good at the soundboard on Gino's show.
She do be doing that. Chillin' 92. Can India Steve give Gino a call and discuss Cuphead? And Chillin' 92. Comedy Club is definitely India Steve's expertise. All right, well, let me call Gino. Let me call him up. He needs let's see. Wow, I haven't called Gino in a while. Look at this.
Wow.
I have to scroll quite a bit to get down to the Bisconti. I'm gonna have to. Oh my god, when's the last time we called Gino on this show?
He's called us kind of last week. You know, like after he I hope that was after the show, like after when he drank with Ray DeVito last week. We called him and then he called back after the show ended.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I gotta call. Oh, another thing about Mr. Scoop. One of the comments I saw on the Post article that made me like laugh was a guy who, because dude, like 90% were defending Scoop because
Really?
oh my, probably more than 90% because it's a Post article. So people who are into it and reading it are conservative. So they just assume if a woman is making any sort of accusation,
They're doing it because
they're doing it because he has a viral video and they're
Oh.
trying to
Oh
just
my
get him in
God.
trouble. And my only response to that would be that this is something I've heard of for years. Like not from Keanu
Yeah,
directly, but
no.
I've been told like, oh, like he broke his wrist. Like years ago I heard this. So it's not just something she fabricated 2 days ago. So to get a guy who's doing a Trump impression that had one viral video, like
And it was maybe kind of viral for a day or two, but it wasn't even like crazy viral. It wasn't
and it
like,
wasn't because he did such a good
Good
job
job.
and was so
No.
funny. It's because he fucking was being such a cunt that Alec Baldwin got mad, and that was what the video was. It was Alec Baldwin getting mad.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me call Gino because I have to tell him about Cuphead. The JW says, "Don't makes me feel bad for Alec Baldwin."
Finally, my number.
Hello,
Oh, Indian Steve, how are you, buddy?
where the fuck you Cuphead?
Out of practice, aren't you?
No, I am doing questioning. You answer. You fucking answer question.
All right, what's the question?
You are where Cuphead.
Yeah.
Where Cuphead?
You're doing where?
I'm not doing the word Cuphead.
You fucking no backtalk me. No doing backsass. You backsass me, I backsass you.
Just seems
Where did Cuphead you do?
telling you, it's no Indian Garrett.
You want to talk to Garrett?
Thank you. Come again.
He's a hack.
See, you're really good at it, but he's so bad, he's better.
Excuse me, sir. What happened when you get $20 Rumble Rant? You become Cuphead.
Because they're purple. They're purple here, Indian Garrett.
Tell it like it is.
So you wear a cup on your head. I'm working on a Red Baron for when we get those $100 ones. But
Oh.
for today, I just wear the gay headband and say I'm gay for your super chat. I mean Rumble Rant. I have to drink.
Fuck.
By the way, you know what I've been laughing about all week?
The juice.
You guys don't know these, but my buddy Steve says to my buddy Garrett about Bolt, man. He goes, yeah, I think he's just been really unlucky. He's made every choice wrong in his life.
You're doing fucking wrong choicing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I am doing wrong choicing.
You're doing fucking.
By the way, also tell Garrett and Steven to see him. This is how stupid the haters are. One of them said to Keanu, and I don't know if this came across. They're like, he broke her wrist when he kicked her. You can't move your wrist out of the way of someone's foot fast enough. No, you faggot. You're moving the wrist into the way. You're putting the wrist to block your fucking eight.
I like picturing though that she was standing up with her arms out.
He tried to kick
and
her
he
wrist.
was just throwing karate kicks, nailing her in the wrists.
Yeah, try and move your wrist again, bitch. Try and move it again.
You move that wrist one more time, I'm gonna fucking jump kick.
Stevie Lou is the most. Like, do you remember? Like, there's the thing when Stevie Lou used to hang out at the studio. If he'd come in, I'm like, hey, sit at the desk. And now he's like, no, I came in because Gino wanted to be bodyguarded against who's the guy, the crazy stalker, the fat guy.
Michael Gavin Ali.
Oh, Keanu Thompson.
No, is it who?
Keanu Thompson.
Keanu Thompson.
Noodles.
Right. He's so untalented and he's good at dealing. It's just incredible the shit he says.
Wait, are you talking about Tubby?
Yes, Tubby. Thank you. Remember, Garrett, how I was always terrified of him, and I called fucking Stevie Lou to come and protect me.
Definitely.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Just a dummy, and then he just says the dumbest things.
Oh, Luby. You're thinking of Luby.
Yes, I was terrified of Lou. No, I had Luby protect me from Stevie Luby.
That tall woman with the 2-foot penis.
With who?
Them.
Who's them?
I thought you were gonna say that.
Them. This is Indian Garrett, Indian Steve. Say hi to my wife, guys.
Hello, wife.
So bad. It's hysterical.
It's better than anything.
It's so like Steve does the perfect Indian thing, and I'm like, put on Indian Garrett.
Yeah, it's boring when I do it. It's not even funny.
We're so used to when who does it?
Got it?
Me? Thank you. Come again.
Gart. You're like when Gart do better, then you fucking call Gart then. You call Gart and you tell him you like do better. Guess what I say? You're fucking gay. That's how I end a phone call. Anywho.
I had to pet Edie so she wouldn't leave.
Speaking of Edie, the crowd gone wild. They want to see dog gone wild. So let's read the rest of these super chats while we show the prettiest dog in the world.
Oh, what a perfect frame. Why are you touching it? It's perfect.
Okay.
Ah.
Wire. Now this wire's bugging me. Now I'm bugging her. It's okay, Edie. You're a sweet baby. All right, let's read the rest of these chats while we look at our sweet, sweet baby here. James Jameson, how'd Scoop attract these girls? He looks like a twink. That's a good question. It's got to be the psychopathic confidence.
I mean, he's not a bad looking guy.
He's a pretty bad looking guy.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, have you not seen him?
He looks like, like a shitty Mark Normand.
I agree with the
like,
shitty part.
Like Mark Normand's pretty
Looks like
good.
Mark Normand?
No, like curly black hair. Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Hold on, let's
maybe I was picturing Mark Normand in my head.
You be the judge. He's got, you know what? He's older, but he looks like a boy. I think that's important.
Yeah.
To attract in the ladies. He's an older guy, but he looks like a little boy. And a little boy's dream.
Oh, wait, go back to that shirt. Everybody who hates me is ugly. Take that, Keanu.
Shit.
Wow.
I think he's great. I don't know if you can even see me. They just see Edie.
You definitely avoided the gets a rock trap right there.
It's a really Yates a rat trap. The JW says, I can't climax until I hear, hello, Twitter world. That was Jason's thing.
Uh-huh.
He had to hear the juice. He had to hear the juice pretending he didn't murder the shit out of his wife until he could come.
So much, not so much, but better if it was just OJ Twitter videos, but to watch the documentary about killing a woman while
just descriptions of the things that happened and his fucking like what part the documentaries are very long. What part was he fucking jacking to? Was it just OJ's early life? Like, oh, he was so good at football. Oh, he had such a promising career.
2,000 yards.
Oh my God, he's still in like the hall. He's still a legend. I can't believe he then murdered his wife. He's like, obviously, it must have been the part where he nearly decapitated a woman and got away with it. That's probably the part that he enjoyed.
A lot of red flags.
Steve's ass. My official stance is that I'm against this guy.
Wow.
Whoa.
Holy crap. Calm down, buddy. Like,
I mean, that's
leave some wiggle room.
That's a bit that's quite a stance to take. I don't know if you really want to do that.
That was like when
my ass.
The owner of the Jets, Woody Johnson, his wife had some like paid publication kind of thing where it was like, I take a stance against abuse on women. It was like, whoa, big stance there.
Shit.
Oh my God. Wow. You're really taking a leap.
Then the owner of the Patriots was like, I take a stance on abuse towards women. I want them to be abused because I hate the Jets. N-word. James Jameson, we read that one. Caitlin Conti, that was sarcasm. Show us the dog. Well, my wish is your command. Jeff Hillman. Sab Jubes galore. Piper said Rizzler was at her show. Sab Jube. Oh, Sabrina Jubes galore Piper.
Oh.
I know what you mean. Sabrina Piper said Rizzler was at her show.
Wow. Good for her.
Holy shit.
Did you let him talk?
Famous celebrity? Yeah. Did the Rizzler make a little? Did he make his Riz face and then put his fat face between her big fat jubes? That Sabrina Piper really hates her rat trap she's got on her chest. Yeah. Make you think impure thoughts when you look at those heavy hangers. Caitlin Conti, stop telling people you're afraid of me and show the dog. When did I say I was afraid of her?
I don't know.
I missed that part. I am. I'm terrified. I was afraid to talk about people on the show because they're unhinged and they're gonna fucking shoot me in the back of the head. And Beverly also was sarcastically what's funny, I don't look at the chat a lot. I just peer at it from time to time to make sure we're still on. And all I saw was, God, do the Costco guys or something. And I was like, perfect. I actually have a video ready to go. But no, Caitlin's not the one I was afraid of. It was Bobo. I'm afraid of Bobo.
And Doris.
Because every time I do an impression of his girlfriend, I get death threats. And he showed up to my house with a shotgun at one point and said, I'm going to shove this down your throat and you're going to be...
Wow.
There's going to be buckshot coming out of your ass if you fucking do that impression again.
Bobo.
And I said, listen, I'm thoughts and prayers to Grandma Carolyn. I will never do the impression again. Oh, Bobo! I love living in Alabama. Howdy, yar. That wasn't me. That was the dog.
Edie.
Show the cat, Mr. Malunigan.
I wish.
Yeah, can't. Garrett had to give it back to the streets.
Yep.
And the final countdown. Bob Fana Patrice. Didn't Ant think the Casey Anthony trial was hot?
Anthony thought the Casey Anthony trial, he thought Casey Anthony was hot. And not the trial was hot because of
It's a
what
hot
happened.
trial. Ooh.
Yeah. But he called it way before, not even way before, but like against a lot of legal experts that were like, oh no, she's guilty. And he was like ahead of the game and being like, I don't know, I kind of see this going in her favor. And he was right.
Wow. He should be on the radio giving
He
takes
should.
about things.
Yeah.
Seems to know his way around a conversation. At Anthony Cume. Wait, it's not Cume. It's depending on which brother you ask. It's either Cumia or Cumia. Which I learned the other day. I think I learned that off the air though, because we watched Joe Cumia.
Oh yeah, then Caitlin brought it up, right?
Yeah, she was like, because after we were done, she was like, is it pronounced Cumia? Have we all been saying it wrong? It's like, well, one brother says it one way and the other brother says it. So I'm not exactly sure what the proper way is to say it. I do know the proper way to say thank you to our board members is with a lovely song and dance.
Yeah.
We're working on the dance. The song is here. Thank you to the Garrett and Steve Club commemorative plaque board members. We have already 2 new ones for next month. If you want to be on next month's board.
Oh, we got 2 new ones? Nice.
The time is nigh because we are running out of slots. And after this board fills up, they don't sell a bigger one, so I'm going to have to figure something out.
Mhm.
So you're going to want to be on this one. That I can promise. But
Without further ado.
Without any further ado, here are a board member song. Crowd go wild.
Caitlin, Mama Reno, Edie Conti, Nick Giordano, Charlie Chicago, Dead Fool, Jeremy Stock, Marshall Beaupre, The Moose, Pete Fitzy, Dominic Picatelli, Josh Words, Mike Liggio, Mitchell, Chris Berg, Jimmy Z, Gana Gecko, Dunn, D, Daniel Mondi, Gabe, Idges, Connor, and Beck. Jeff, Dr. 73, Michael Malice, Curtis John, William, Yoder, Brian, Kate, Gah, Jeffrey the Draft, Stan, Turner, 9X, Support, Matt Tugate, HS Thompson, Old Youngie, Bob, Famable, Treese, Dookie, 7626, Justice for Garrett, J. Thomas, Larry F. Boo, Turd, Angelo, Mark, Jagrachi, Cynthia, Darcy, Just, Eric, and Lystra, and Max, and Lucy, and Clara, Rocky, Pintosi, Jose Delgado, J. Stu's Cluster, Payne, Jam, and J-Nate, Gina Marie Beverly, J. Quan G, Johnny Hee, Heather, the Hooker, Jonathan Mardukas, AJR, Michael J, Burnsy, and Harold, Bruce Channel 666, Lindsay Sabadoo, Steve's Ass, Vinny Catch.
Oh, for the love of Pete.
Love you long time.
Oh, me so horny. Oh, me so horny. Oh, me so horny, me love you. You had a girlfriend in Vietnam? Such a good movie. That just completely falls off a cliff.
Which what? The
Full Metal Jacket. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The first half is amazing, and then
it's unwatchable. It's a war movie that becomes unwatchable.
Yeah.
The more it gets into the war. It's rarely seen by any war movie.
And it really is like right at the halfway mark. All of a sudden,
You
it's
just turn it off. There's nothing more to watch, really. Just turns into shit. Just boring shit. You had a girlfriend in Vietnam. Well, anywho, that's all the time we have for today.
See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you for watching the
Thanks
Garrett
for
and Steve
watching.
show. And remember,
We love you.
I love you.
We do.
I do.
We do. We love you.
I'm gonna beat you. Oh, that's not funny. All right, bye.
Bye.